We bringing it. And hello, everybody.
Well,
We are on
hello.
air. We
Hello,
are on
hello,
air. It's just like
hello.
what's really going
Sorry.
on? What's really going on? What's really going on? Hold on, let me give you an introduction, Chrissy. You coming on?
Uh, well, hello.
You gonna come and say hello? I'll introduce you, and you gonna say hello. You gonna take my introduction.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. We'll start over.
I'm offended. I'm just come in. I got you. Here we go. See, we only
Oh,
human over here. We just crazy
should
each
I
other.
should I show you what I got for Black Friday?
Oh my goodness. See, she trying to be funny, Mo. She down with that racist stuff again.
Mm-hmm.
See what I got
Yeah.
for Black Friday. See what I got for Black Friday. She made sure you make. She said Black Friday. Friday.
Black Friday. It's African American Friday.
Isn't your chicken coming, Rita?
Not yet. I'm waiting for you to come to the front door.
Is your Starbucks coming, Chrissy?
It's
Come is your
not
Starbucks
fall
coming?
anymore, and there is no pumpkin spice latte. So no, I'm just
Oh,
totally just not in a good mood. Okay.
I knew it.
But there is the peppermint mocha.
Peppermint.
Oh, that peppermint. Some peppermint mocha.
Okay. I heard through the grapevine about some things going on, Chrissy, and you it's some stuff in California. I mean, some stuff not just in California. It's some stuff that's going on with the Clintons and that's about to come out. Remember, I told you I believe it when I see it. And I mean, what's going on? I'm hearing things. I'm at work. I'm hearing things. So what's going on?
Mo,
Yeah.
we are on the verge of being able to say, and we are so close. It's getting good. It's getting good. It's getting good. Okay. So I was like on pins and needles yesterday because Julie Assange was supposed to go to court and they're pushed the court day off until next week. But get this. The DOJ plane was spotted in London, then from London to Florida and Florida to Guantanamo, Cuba. Julie Assange is now in sorry, can you still hear me?
I hear you.
Okay. So yeah, so he's in Guantanamo Bay. So what had happened was in these 100, I believe, I've heard 60,000, now I've heard 100,000. There is a plethora of sealed indictments, and Julian Assange was accidentally leaked that he was one of them. So we are not certain if that was on purpose or on accident, but the fact that Julian Assange is in Guantanamo and that Mr. Trump, our president elect, had retweeted a tweet today showing now that the Russian collusion is proven a lie. When do the tribunals start? And it showed a picture of Hillary, Comey, Obama, Mueller, Rosenstein,
Oh, are you
Lula,
serious?
all behind the bars. Why on earth would Donald Trump tweet such a thing?
Mm,
Yes.
This is a this is I'm telling you that dude is a gangster.
He is. He is about
He's a
four.
G.
See, what the thing was, the deep state, they were not expecting him to win. So you can see they are scratching and clawing at anything. They're getting obsessed now and they're going to get desperate. So we're going to see all kinds of wacky, crazy things coming from him. You know, his strong stance at the border is being, I think the way he's handling it is just beautiful. You know, who cares what Alyssa Milano says with her, that's the thing. These actors want to get in this political agenda. It's
Yeah.
like, hello, you guys are paid actors. We're not going to believe anything you say. And just because we pay exorbitant prices to go see you on a big screen doesn't mean that we're buying your bullshit. So, yeah. Okay, I owe $1.
$1. Give me $1.
But I thought it was appropriate at this time. But anyways,
I didn't think I ever heard you cuss on my platform. I don't think I ever heard you cuss.
I don't think so either. So anyways, but so we got that going on. Senator Flake, which, you know, he's a snowflake. He is not a Republican, even though he's registered Republican, is trying to, he got knocked down today for the second time. They were trying with him, Booker, and I believe Kamala Harris and somebody else. They were trying to get legislation passed saying that he cannot fire Mueller, which would be totally unconstitutional, which we know the left likes to do anything around and above and over the Constitution.
Yes.
So that was, yes, Flake's a flake. So he got dismissed today. And then Stone and Kazi. Oh, shoot. I forgot his name. Kashi. The one that's been hanging around Kashi. So him, they're threatening him with not cooperating and lying to the Congress because he forgot about an email he forwarded 2 years ago. Now, I'm not a big emailer, but I do go through quite a bit of emails. And if you were to ask me something that happened 2 months ago, who and what did I send? I'd probably forget. This guy is willing to take the stance and says, he's not taking a plea deal, and he's standing his ground, which totally screwing over Mueller.
Oh, it's getting
good.
Wow. And guess who is under criminal investigation? That would be our dear friend Mueller.
I see your mic's off, Rita.
Oh.
Louisiana, their Department of Justice has them under investigation. So what this Mr. Mueller likes to do, because we know he's one of the Clinton cronies, what this Mueller likes to do, he threatens people and he will totally destroy somebody's life. He will take something out of context and wring them through the coals. So he's under investigation as such. So yes, we might be seeing these military tribunals here real quick.
For real.
Yes. What do you all think?
Man, what do y'all think over here? What do y'all think? Do y'all think everything in the dark is coming to light? You think everything is just coming to pass like it's supposed to do? Do you know that you reap what you sow? You reap what you sow. Karma. That's all I gotta say. But I don't like to use the word karma. I just want to see. I'd rather use the word you reap while you reap what you sow. That's more biblical. I mean, for real. I don't. It's like I don't like to say lucky. I like to say blessed. You know I like to be more. You know what I'm saying? Be more real about it. That's being real. Yep. And I know you got Mike Minuted, Rita, but you can relate with what I just said. Blessed, lucky. You don't tell me what I'm saying with them words. You know.
Those are good words. I like those words.
You know, I never say I got lucky. I never say it. I only do it when I watch a football game or something. Because to me, that don't mean anything. So I was like, man, they got lucky. But when it comes to blessed, I don't think, oh man, I got lucky. I got me a doggone house. No, you got blessed. Ain't no such thing as luck. It's only luck is make believe.
That's right. That's right. And if we see these serious, heartless, cold criminals go to serve justice, we will all be very blessed for it. We are all very blessed of what's going on. And she's got father menace. Hillary has committed the biggest act of espionage of all time. She will go down. You're totally right. And the other thing that she's being indicted for right now too, or under investigation for, is that 90% of her donations are at a decrease at 90% since 2016. So that is plenty of evidence for the pay to play with them. So yeah, they're going down. They are actually looking at the possibility of being hung. That's what a military tribunal does. They will hang you in a military tribunal. And the whole Mississippi, and they had to wait till the Mississippi election was done to put everything in motion. So that is what we are looking at, you guys. So stay tuned. And there could be some upset if she goes to jail, because remember, there's rumor anywhere from 60 to 100,000 sealed indictments. So there's going to be a lot of hubbub, and there's going to be a lot of protesting. And I'm hoping that Soros is in one of those, because the Judicial Watch has put in some uh-oh. Are you guys
Get
there?
it together. Yeah, come on now. You talk so much. I'm just being quiet, okay? Oh my goodness.
Well, no, because it's not showing up on the.
Yeah, we're here. I'm here.
Okay.
I think he went to get his food.
Okay. Well, my live chat is not showing up on my YouTube. Like, I hear you, so I don't know what's going on here.
Just call me. I want it. No.
Stop it.
For some reason, I can't. If you guys are chatting with me, or I can't see the live chat. I don't know what's going on with this.
You gotta go on this is what you gotta do. You gotta go to the top. It says live chat. Top chat. Just go down there and you can look at it.
Yeah, I'm doing what I normally do, and it's not doing it. It just shut off. So I don't know. I'll go to my other device and see if I can see y'all. But anyways, so yeah, shut off. Uh-oh. Now you guys can hear.
Turn your delay
off. Sorry, y'all. So yeah, Judicial Watch, I love them. Follow them, they're great. But they're also followed a lawsuit and brought to attention some of Soros's mishandlings with the Clintons and Romania, of all places.
Right.
So yeah, we're the heads are gonna roll. Literally. The heads are gonna roll. And it is, if we see this justice serve, we have to make a pack of some kind to celebrate. What would you guys do? I want a question for the listeners. What would you guys do to celebrate Hillary getting arrested?
I will moon Facebook and go to Facebook jail on purpose. I would show my ass on Facebook live. Look, everybody, I'm going to show my ass. I said if Hillary go to prison, I will moon people on my live Facebook for 1 minute. Get flagged. Yes,
you already moon everybody. So what else?
Rita, where are we going for?
It ain't gonna happen anyway. I'm just saying I would. But
yeah.
Nuna Harrington. I would throw a party. Yes, I mean, there's got to be a big party.
I don't believe it's gonna happen though. I hope it happens, and I will admit that
I don't believe it is either.
I'll admit that I was wrong. I'm like, I was wrong, everybody. So I got to do something. Moon. Boom. It ain't happening because I would not make a fool of myself. But.
Well, I mean, at least Moxie Girl has a point here. And the one thing we know for certain, she will pay a price one day.
Well, of course she's going to pay a price. Of course.
Yeah. But it would be nice to see it on Earth.
Hold on, live. Oh, I thought we was I forgot we were loud and saying that stuff. But whatever, I said it, whatever. I really forgot we were live when I said I kind of got in my little mode.
I'm with you, Moxie Girl. I don't know why these two are believing me, because it's just all the puzzle pieces are there. First of all, he stated it. Second,
I'm a down Thomas, whatever you want to call him.
He just retweeted it. Did you all see his tweet? He retweeted a picture of them, which is on your thumbnail that you be posting on here later, which is, not the exact same one because I manipulated it, but it's why would Trump do that? Why would he do that? And Assange being in Guantanamo, why would Assange be in Guantanamo? Yeah, things are happening. I'm excited.
Let it happen. Let it be done. Let it be written. Let it be done. Let it be done. I'll be happy if it's done. If it's done, man, I'm telling you, you're gonna be all looking like this here. I'll be doing look. I'll be hopping on one leg like you in church. Look, look, we're gonna play this song. Look. All right, it's time for a praise break. Do. Watch me.
Somebody's asking, he wished Trump would declassify info. I believe he's going to soon. I don't think he did, because he was waiting for Mississippi to finish their election. So yeah, I think we're going to see the declass soon. Very, very soon. And Comey, oh my goodness. This poor little Comey, he tweeted that his dog died. And then he tweeted about how on Thanksgiving he got a subpoena. But the hypocrite also in his tweet said that he wants he wants to be testify in front of the public, because he's afraid of leakers. Hello, Comey was known. He's even admitted to leaking. He's leaking to the press. I mean, come on. He's got to go. He's got to go. Yep, he's definitely going.
If Hillary, listen, everybody, if Hillary go to prison, this is the song I'm gonna be playing. I swear, and you back related to me. I'll be all like,
oh my goodness, is he twerking? I think he was just twerking.
Hallelujah.
Look, she go to prison. Look, I'll be all like, I'll be sitting there, you see wigs flying on like, look. That's what would happen. All right, next, y'all go ahead. I just want to give you a little taste what will happen. Hillary go to prison.
Yeah, but I want to know who all the other people are going to prison too, because that's a lot of indictments. Because when all these indictments start coming out, it was 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 10,000. Now we got 100,000. So, but you know what, Trump? Then the reason why Trump just didn't do it all at once, he had to figure out who's who. He's got to figure out. He had to take him from the bottom up. And then from the top down. So, yeah. That is interesting about Soros's name in Hebrew. Very interesting. So Moxie Girl says Soros's in Hebrew means head of resistance. Interesting. It's so weird about how all these names seem kind of symbolical. Is it just me? Do I seem a little strange? But think about it. I think it's in Daniel's, it says the last trumpet, and then Trump's last name is Trump, and all this stuff is going on in Ezekiel that's happening now. Is it just me?
Yeah, it's just you.
Oh.
See how they
because that's one thing that God said that no one's going to know.
Well, we know the season, but
yeah,
not the
but
time.
That's not enough. The seasons is just the seasons, but that's still not enough.
We got Ezekiel going on, sister.
Yeah, but Revelation is what's going to be going on.
But we have
no one knows the hour.
Ezekiel before
nobody knows the
hour. No, but everything is lined up right now, according to prophecy.
Yep. You say Hillary had the nerve to call black super predators. Isn't that rich? She is the super predator of the United States. Come on now, take it away, somebody. I don't want to get my blood pressure going.
That's the thing that like really drives me crazy is they talk about Trump being a racist, but yet you got what's his face, Al Sharpton, and what's the other one, Jesse Jackson. There's pictures of him all cuddled up next to Trump, and then now he's a racist. Come on, really? Yeah. Soros is another Hitler. Soros is like Hitler's mother or something. He's like, he's a spawn. But you know what worries me is not Soros, because Soros is he's on his way out. It's his sons. His sons are worse than he is. And so, maybe
it get worse and worse, of course.
So maybe we see Soros's sons. I mean, because look at Soros is on the left. He's a hero to the left. If you look at the Open Border Society, that he looks. If you just look at the surface stuff of Soros, he's a total philanthropist. He believes in this open society and everybody kumbaya, and we should have no borders and everybody love each other. And we are not monolithic societies. We have different religions, we have different ideologies, we have different views. I mean, come on. I mean, just look at me and Rita. We live in the 15 miles away from each other. But anyways, we can't, we really have to pay attention what's really going on.
Yep, we got to pay attention. And what happened when people don't really pay attention? What happened where people don't pay attention? If they don't pay attention, guess what? Stuff fly right past them. Like, boom, boom. Hold on, you didn't pay attention. You didn't catch that. You didn't catch it. It flew right past you. It just eased right past you. You got to catch that. You got to pay attention. Look, they can simply be all spaced out. Right here. But they ain't paid attention. You got to grab. You got to pay attention. And I'm telling you, I'm a living witness that people have not paid attention, because I have never seen. I'm being honest. I think my family members on my mom's side are the most dumbed down people I've ever seen in my life. That's because I'm around them. They are so dumbed down, and I can't believe they're so dumbed down. I have never, and I put it on blast. I did it earlier. I put it on blast because I call it how I see it. I do it out of love.
Oh, yeah.
You love people enough to tell them the truth. I love my family enough to tell them the truth. And I'm going to say, you dumb down. You dumb down. You in church praising. You in church worshiping. But you support a party that support abortion.
That point alone should be enough. And you got Chelsea Clinton sitting there. Oh, Christians, it's not Christian to be opposed to oppose abortion. I was like, what? What Bible is she reading out of? Really? Come on.
Yep. Hey, America patriots for God and country. You want to come on? Holler at me. Holler at us. Come on.
Yeah.
I'm very open and flexible.
But okay. You know what?
I'm about to take my break. I'm about to get on too.
Okay. You know what? I follow Praying Medic, and he said, he quoted somebody. I don't remember who he quoted, but I'm going to quote his quote. And he says, some people can see after they're shown, and some people will never see. And I think that's just what it comes down to. You can talk to other people, you can show them everything, but they will just either refuse, or they just don't have the capability to see. And I know sometimes it's so frustrating, because it's the people that we love the most, and we know that they're being tricked or played, and it's like you get so frustrated with them, and they're frustrated with you because they, you're supporting this misogynistic, homophobic, blah 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 blah, person, and that's all they've seen. That's all they will ever see, because they're just so manipulated by mainstream. Mainstream media. They're our kids are being indoctrinated at the schools. The indoctrination is crazy. Even some of our churches are indoctrinating people that is in false witness, and which is going to be a heavy price for those people. Yeah, it's crazy. It's a crazy time we live in, but you know what? We just have to love on them, and we just have to. If they won't listen to us, we have to witness to them through our actions, and that's usually with kindness and love. We don't have to accept certain behaviors when we don't, and that's not intolerant. That's drawing a line. but we can stand firm in the word of God and still be loving, still be kind, still be gentle. Lori,
Yep.
we lost 3 soldiers in Afghanistan yesterday. Yes, we did. We lost 3 soldiers, and that's so sad. You know, we need to be out of there. But there's a reason why we're not out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Moxie girl, let's be in agreement to pray for our liberal family members. Amen. That's what we do.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep them in prayer. Hi, Gina.
Hey, Gina, good to see you.
Evil.
She the moderator that don't play. She's one of the greatest moderators of all time. I was one of them. The greatest.
Father Menace asks, how in the hell can Soros sleep at night? You know what? When you're a demon, I don't think you have to sleep. So yeah, I don't think he's not Jewish. He's just demonic. He was spawned. He was never born.
Mm-hmm.
Evil thinks his it would beware of blue laws. I don't know what that is. Steve can't click on it and didn't work.
Okay, give me your email.
I think it's American. Uh-oh, she's back.
Yeah, I'm back.
Hey, send me your email, bro. Send me your email, and I'll do this. I don't know why it ain't work, but
it doesn't. It's not easy when it works that way. It's easy the way you do it.
Okay, I got it right here. Hold on. All right, I'm gonna mute my mic, and I'm on.
Okay.
Go ahead, talk.
Your turn, Rita. Take it away, Sister Rita.
I mean, with me right now, I've been trying to focus more on the Word of God and ministry. Talking about a lot of the political stuff can be stressful, as well as I know it's another way for the devil to take your mind off of the Word of God. So, you know, I've just been talking to certain people about certain things, you know, like I would always tell you, Christy, you know, some people be like, well, say like, just for instance, say like if I'm in a post or something.
You're real low, Rita. You're real low.
Okay. Say for something, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Better.
Okay. Say for something like, you know, if, just as an example, some of you guys know me from Facebook, you know, if I post certain things and, you know, I'm basically talking or my post is aimed and it's saying black folks, you know, I have to tell people so they can understand because they say, well, all people, but see, the reason why I say that is because a lot of us still have to understand, no matter how political we get with stuff, is that black folks still got to address black folks on these issues that's going on, because black people that are still hurt because of maybe where they're from or where they're at and what they deal with discrimination and racism in the area that they're in, that you're calling them stupid and dumb and all that, and they really don't understand what about the Republican Party, because we did have a bad Republican president, which was Bush, the son, and that takes the aim off of a lot of black people that say, you know what, I just give up on voting or anything. So, you know, me as a black woman, my friends and us, you know, we've been getting out in the community and talking to people because it's the truth. You know, when it comes to certain things, they don't want to hear, this is just the logic and the truth. And Mo, you know this. They don't want to hear a white person telling them. They don't. They don't.
It sounds kind of racist.
What did he say?
Hey, how you doing, y'all? First off, I want to say hello.
I don't want to talk to him. You up twice.
I have that effect after a couple of times.
No. But yeah.
Is it because I'm white?
I thought you were Mexican. No.
I'm just playing.
Here come the pretty boy. The pretty boy's on here. What's up, brother?
You know how we do. Yeah.
Nuna, someone someone named Nuna just said, is there still a lot of racism today? Yeah, there is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there is. And as I always tell people, I don't see color till you're ignorant. You can be black and ignorant, you could be white, Mexican, whatever. I see your color when you become ignorant, because now I need to remember what I'm dealing with just in case something goes down. And I see your identity at that time. But living in California, like I said, Christy, about Orange County. Orange County, I grew up in Compton, and Orange County was a very, very racist area, and you couldn't go there as a black person without the police bothering you, even as a woman. And coming for a job, oh no, they're not.
It's all coming together now. I understand why they made all those songs, NWA.
Hey, Bob's in the house. No,
it's not. And it's easy for someone on the other side to say, well, no, I don't see it that way because you don't walk the black walk. You know what I'm saying? If you're a black person, you'll understand a little better, because as a black woman, I walk this walk, and I can see what's going on. Racism is not going to end. It's going to be until the end of time. That's not going to stop.
Right.
So when you talk to black people, like I tell my friends that are of a lighter skin than me, that you got to leave that up to me and the homies to talk to, because they don't want to hear you. They don't want to hear you because it's how certain people talk. It's how they talk and what they know about in their head, where they grew up at. That
is that Rita speaking?
Yeah, this
is that you, Rita?
It's Rita.
Okay.
I'm the only black woman on here. It's
I'm just making sure I'm following along, right?
Stop it, Bob. Hold on, Bob's on here. She'll get Bob on here. I see Bob.
But yeah, I mean, that's all. Just and to answer that question, Nuna, I believe that's your name, Nuna Harrington. Yes, racism. For anyone, this is what I hear. For anybody to think that racism is gone, I don't know where they live, because racism is not going to be gone. Just like I said, I always approach my skin color more than others because that's what I'm around more. And in California, the only time I'm around other skin colors is when I'm on my motorcycle and people are around me and we're cool. But in California, there's a lot of tension right now. Mexicans really ain't feeling black folks either. Not Mexicans not feeling white folks, but Mexicans ain't feeling black folks either, because they looking at you like, I wonder if you against us with this Trump stuff. And, there's a lot of tension going on out here. So right now,
there's a lot of tension everywhere, Rita, about those same things.
I'm understanding, but see, for me, I have to speak from where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? I can't speak for where you come from.
Where else could you speak about from, right?
I have to speak, I'm talking about, just keeping it 1,000, because 100 ain't enough. I'm keeping it 1,000. Have you ever been in Compton, California?
I think I've been there or right around there. I've been to Cali a couple
driving
times.
Through Compton,
but I know it's different.
It's not nothing. You have to live, and you got to walk in this black skin to understand where I'm coming from, is what I'm saying. Because you can't say I've been there, I know that, because it's not like that. It's not at all.
You know how you were saying that some black people don't want to hear it from the white dudes? That's just how it is. Well, don't you think that that's kind of a problem they need to work out, as opposed to you just not being able to speak as a white dude to a black person about something that's important?
Again, my brother, that all depends on where you come from. Like I said, I'm speaking of my neighborhoods, Watts, Compton.
I'm not saying you're wrong that they're not like that.
This is how I'm answering the question, though. This is how I have to answer the question is, from the black men I know, my brothers and stuff like that, yeah, they do business. My brother, he's in music industry. He's out there big time.
My brother is too, in California.
Right, and that's the only time they can do. But as far as them trying to tell him how to do things, and he's dealt with, one of my brothers died at the hands of 3 white officers, allowed him to lay there and die in front of my grandmother's house, and said, what set you from? You know what I'm saying? Instead of rushing him to the hospital back in the day. So
let me talk to those cops. Don't let me talk to them.
Back in the days, but there's good cops, because I have cops in my family, and stuff like that. And I'm not trying to make this a racist thing. I'm just trying to put some real stuff out. People that do listen to the video, they need to understand that as a black person, I'm not watering down racism and saying that it's not real and these things don't happen. And by it being a problem within them, well, us as a culture of Black people, we do have a problem within ourselves that we do need to work out and love one another. Because how you gonna go love other people outside of your skin color and you don't like the ones you are related to skin wise?
I have a problem with Negroes. I do. I can't be around Negroes.
You need to knock it off, okay?
I can't be honest. I can't be around Negroes. I rather go in the suburbs.
See, I can't say that.
Latinos talk too much when we do watch movie. I'm like, shh, they be all you go to a white movie, everything calm.
It's the truth. You need to come to California.
Man, come down the street. Look, we should go to suburbs all the time to get away from Negroes.
I just go to the movie by myself, sit over by myself. That way, no one bothers me.
Come on now,
white or black, all y'all leave me alone.
Hey, it's okay though. I can't be around Negroes. I'd be like, I can't. No, y'all didn't come with me to the suburbs because y'all do too much.
Nick said Mo got his popcorn. Yeah, Mo got his popcorn. All right, he got a few.
Get your popcorn ready, Mo.
Popcorn love, yeah.
Popcorn love.
It's a broken system, you know what I'm saying, and it's all around. You know what I'm saying, it's a broken system. And
I think racism is a problem. I think it's a problem in certain areas more than others. I think it's probably something that is never going to fully go away, which is all the more reason why I think we need to not talk about it so much, honestly. So that way, not that if there's something bad that happens, we should talk about it and we can't like ignore it. But I'm saying if we talk about it all the time, it's going to be on the tip of everyone's mind. And then like that's all it's going to be there. It's like kind of why the left is always race baiting, right? Like everything is race, you know? Doesn't matter that.
But you're saying don't talk about it all the time. But are you talking about me? Because I've only
no.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying in general.
Okay. Well, I mean, in general,
yeah, Morgan Freeman said that one time. Morgan Freeman said one time.
I'm the head nigga in charge.
Exactly.
I tell my kids that. I say I'm the head nigga in charge. Trump is the head nigga in charge.
I promised you guys t-shirts with that too. I'm sorry.
Oh, I can't wear it.
I see that what Trump is.
That's a good t-shirt. That would sell.
Y'all wear it. I can't wear it.
But if a white person wears that, they're gonna be like, "See, I told you they were all racist."
Look, I will want y'all to wear it.
No, I wouldn't say that.
I wear it.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say they're racist. I just don't want them to wear that. That's all.
Right.
I don't care wear them.
Yeah, Mo's on the other side of town. He speaks for himself. But out here in California, it ain't going down. No,
I don't care.
I wouldn't walk through Compton with this shirt on. Let's just say.
I want to stir this up.
You always stirring something up.
Trump is the HNIC.
For me, I used to be. I'm gonna be honest with everybody. Okay, my grandmother's Irish and Black. Okay, and my great grandfather was a slave owner, and he's Irish. He was Irish and Portuguese. I don't know how that happened, but he married my great grandmother, and they had 8 kids.
That's a lot of kids.
Right. And they got married, had kids and stuff, and they had, land and all that together. But this is what I will say is that when I was growing up, I think I said it before. I didn't like white people because of what I grew up around. And I saw a lot when I grew up. So, growing up and being not just discriminated, but hated on and talked about, you nappy-headed nigga and stuff, those things, when you witness that stuff, that does bother you. It took God. I'm going to be honest with all y'all. It took God to clean my heart.
Who is saying that to you?
Oh, white folks in California.
White folk, just like all white folk. Any white person, just like, yo,
come on now,
nappy headed.
Hey, but if this says to me, I call him a hunky back. That's how I was. I come right back at him.
Naive now.
That's how I say right back at him. I give it back to him, like.
Yeah, but
I got teased by black kids because I was light skinned. They say you ain't black, so I try to prove my blackness by being bad.
Well, the thing now in California, everybody's racist against everybody. I'm a nurse and I'm not Filipino, and it's affected me several times.
You really think it's racism, or do you think it's just all this this stuff going on with politics that's
This has
making
been going on for years.
all this
I
tension.
mean, Chrissy, haven't you dealt with this for years?
Oh yeah.
I think this stuff is dead. This racism is dead. I think nobody's it's
No,
race
racism
baiting.
is real.
I think it's race baiting.
Well, I think race baiting has started probably with Obama, but yeah, I've dealt with racism prior to Trump running for office, but the racism since Trump has started is gotten worse.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I've been somebody at the gas station. It was a big black man. I was so upset. I called Mo. Remember that, Mo?
Yeah.
Some
I
black
would told him
man.
to sit his black ass down. That's what I would told him if I were you.
He was
I'm just being honest. We got to give it back to these people sometimes.
Well, he was big. He was twice my size. I was a little scared of him, especially the way he was like, you know, talking at me and stuff like that. And
yeah, I wish you would have called me because I like I said, I don't see color, you know, but I mean it's true. Like Chrissy said, racism out here though. I mean, Chrissy, you've been out here all your life, right? In California.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you know about Orange County and you know about Torrance. You know, I don't know if you guys are familiar with. I know everybody knows about NWA and the movie and stuff like that, but that was real stuff. You know that they dealt with in Torrance, even when they were trying to make their music. Eazy-E, I knew him personally. That's the stuff they dealt with, you know, and that's when they came out with F the Police and all this stuff because they went through a lot of stuff. And if you
but they also were involved in a lot of stuff, right?
Well, I mean, again,
come on,
let's go. No,
they're not going to like the police who are busting them up.
Well, I mean, okay, so we're going to go there.
Let's this go is back lit. To the Watts I love riot. This.
Watts riot. The white man dropped off stuff that we didn't know how to get. Okay, so back
stupid
in the 70s.
Folk.
Excuse me?
I said stupid white folk.
No, I'm telling you, if you need to you need to know about the Watts riot though. I don't know if you know about Tukey that was put on death row. You know, he's already dead.
He's like our Larry Hoover.
Right.
You know?
And you know, it was a lot of stuff going on in Watts when the riot broke out. And
similarities in Chicago. I dig it.
So same thing, yeah. But black folks got on that was put there for black men to be destroyed. Okay, if you know the history of it, black families were broken up. I mean, that messed up the community very bad. Everyone was buying drugs because black men couldn't get jobs.
But in Chicago, the Latinos was the worst. The Latinos was worse than crazier than the blacks in Chicago. I don't know about LA, down the area, but at least you can be around a black neighborhood. They'll respect you. They won't shoot you with a baby. Them doggone Hispanics, they don't care.
So it's almost like Jersey and New York, what they went through. Because I got some buddies from New York, and
Hispanics was the worst gangs in Chicago.
Well, my family, so my adopted mom and sister,
I think are the worst in California.
They were on the other side of they're on the other side of the lake, so in Long Beach. And my mom took my sister to go get donuts one day, and their car was shot out their windows. But my real dad is from Chicago. He came there when he was 3, and then when he was in his 20s, came out here, and he was a cop, and he was a racist jerk. And but then my sister from my biological mom, she married a guy that was half black and half Mexican from the Paris area, which is kind of close to, actually it's between Rita and I. And they were discriminated by the whites, the blacks, the Mexicans. They were the outcasts because, you know, they were sellouts. But their son, who, you know, married my biological sister, he was popular in school. He was, you know, he played the football team. He, you know, so I guess, you know, racism is, I think there's a perception of it by, you know, because my roommate, she's half black and half Mexican. And, you know, she's like, oh, I was discriminated because a cop asked me for my ID. And I was like, really? Because, you know what? The cop that pulled me over asked me for my ID, too. So I don't know what the hell you're talking about. But that's not racism, sister. A person's a jerk. A person's either nice or they're not. Those are two things. And it's just, I think it just depends on where you're at, how you grew up, how you perceive it.
Exactly.
But again, though, who even cares about all that if it's in the past? If they're wrong, and we can all agree that racism's wrong. But are we going to keep talking about it? And then I'm just saying, like, because we have to move forward, right? I mean, not to sound like Obama, but
let me ask you a question, brother. Does it bother you to talk about it, though? Because sometimes talking about it helps other people get through it.
It does bother me to talk about it so much, honestly, because it's not because it's like a problem and I don't want to talk about the problem and I don't want to help people, but I think people talk about it enough. Like everywhere you see something about racist this, racism that, and I just think, like, honestly, for me, that like it's overdue. It's like all right, what now? What are we gonna do now?
Well, I talk about it, but I make fun of it. When I talk about it, I make fun of it.
And me too.
And everybody knows I make fun of the past.
Me talking right now,
it doesn't bother me. I make fun of the
sharing
past.
Something
like with the border situation, right? The border situation. I mean, it's a prime example. Everyone's like, "Oh, it's racism." Like, so all these people in the United States from all these different races, and there's a bunch of them that don't want these people here, and they shouldn't be here because,
including Mexicans.
Right, of course. And the media doesn't cover any of it. I'd rather talk about that kind of stuff for me, I guess, is instead of like racism this, racism that, because I mean, I've had people not like me because I'm Italian be racist against me because I'm Italian. I've had.
You're Italian? Oh man,
yeah.
I should have
known. Spaghetti.
No.
I like
spaghetti. Yeah, y'all the biggest race. Y'all Italians. Hell no.
But the point is, like, I mean, let's talk about the border. Like, let's switch topics if we could. I mean, we can definitely go back to racism, but
before we switch topics, though, I just wanna, Christy, you have your King James Bible with you?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want you to read Songs of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 5 and 6. And then we can move on.
Hallelujah.
That's all. I just want you to read Songs of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 5 and 6, because this is just to let you know that's been going on since the start of time. And when I was talking,
I laugh at the past. I laugh at racism. I do.
Right, but this is God's word. So this is just saying that
I'm not dwelling on it. I'm laughing at it.
I'm not Mo, I'm not Chrissy, and I'm not you. I'm me. And I don't water nothing down when I'm on any video because people I know watch it. And they'll question me about certain things. Well, really, you don't know, because I address certain things. I do rallies on all levels out here in California, in Texas, and I have been to Atlanta, and I have been to Arizona and Nevada. I move with this stuff. So,
but don't feel like you have to talk about it to satisfy those people, or else if you don't, that they'll be on you.
Whatever God puts on my heart, I'm gonna do. Because see,
that makes sense.
The next man and the next woman ain't gonna tell me how to do anything. When it comes to,
I'm not telling you how to do nothing. I'm just making a recommendation about talking about something.
No, you
come on, that's what I'm doing. I'd tell you if I was telling you something. I'm not like one to mince words. I'm Italian. You forget.
Y'all both stand y'all ground. I love that. Y'all both stand y'all ground. I love how y'all stand y'all ground. Y'all don't dumb down to each other, and that's what I love about the platform. Nobody don't dumb down to each other.
I love all y'all. We may not
stand up.
Everything, but that's all right.
Stand up. Don't. I will not dumb down for y'all. Y'all ain't gonna dumb down for me. Look.
Exactly.
Look, you ain't gonna dumb down for me. None of y'all. Y'all bad not because we. You know what? This is a strong movement.
Yes, it is.
Liberals be like, I'm gone. Your opinion. I'm done with you. I'm cut. No. We need to know what we like about you the most. We love about you the most. We need to go ahead and stand up and rise up against the globalists.
That's right.
And after she reads that, we can just drop it. I just want to drop a little something. That's all.
Drop it. I didn't know the word too.
Are y'all ready?
Rest.
All right. I am black but comely, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar, as the curtains of Solomon. Sorry here. Look upon me because I am black, because the sun hath looked upon me. My mother's children were angry with me. They made me keepers of the vineyards, but my own vineyards have I not kept.
Yeah.
Amen. That's it.
True. No,
That's what you were saying then. I mean, racism is there. It's been there. It's going to be around. So it's like, if we know we can't do nothing about it because there's always going to be those pricks in plain English, like, let's just identify them when we see them. Make sure that we call them out when we see it. Put them in their place. Let them know it's not okay and that we're not going to accept it, whether it's a cop, whether it's in Compton, whether it's in Boston, whether it's in Florida, whether it's in anywhere else in the world. And that's how we deal with racism. I mean, but again, I mean, the race baiting, like you were saying, Mo.
We're done.
Yeah, we can't have any of that. We can't be having these people. I mean, because think about it, right? If you really do have the problem and you just very clearly illustrated from reading that verse that there is a problem and has been one, then doesn't everyone who's black take offense to the fact that all these people on the left, these white people, especially white liberals, nevertheless,
oh my God,
are coming at everybody being like racism, that isn't racism? And it's not even racism, because to me, that's smearing black people. That's disrespecting black people. I'm not even black, and I get pissed about it, because I see what they're doing, and it's insulting. It's downright, it's wrong, and it's all part of their strategy.
Yep.
Because they're desperate. It's a desperation strategy to manipulate the minds in one last ditch effort.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, I hear you. And I used to get in fights with my Spanish and black friends because there was like this one white dude and a couple of his friends in high school that always wanted to mess with him. And I was always friends with them. And I was this little guy in 9th grade, but I stood up to him. And I took him to the parking lot and, we had it out. But I've had it out with a couple of his friends throughout time because that's what I feel like, as a Christian or not, there's a time for war and a time for peace. If you see some injustice like that, and you're not trying to be violent, but you're standing up for what's right, and they want to fight you because they're being racist,
right.
I don't see any problem with doing that, standing up for what's right. And if you fight, then fight and win, if you have to.
Just fight.
Well, brother, I thought you said we were going to start talking about it.
I love it. Let tonight.
I thought we were talking about it. I thought you wanted to talk about it.
See? Rita's a boss here, man.
Come back down, y'all.
This brother right here, this brother, he been on, but what? He just got on one other time with me, and he gonna come on here. Oh, yeah, I was talking about racism. I'm just, what the heck you talking about, brother?
Just because I've only come on here once doesn't mean I haven't watched them. I've heard and seen you on here.
Hey, did you go live earlier? You go live earlier? Matter of fact, somebody, I see one of y'all go live. Not that you. Somebody, matter of fact, I'm mistaken about somebody else. My bad. Tony Petty was.
Sorry, I couldn't get on with you the other day, Rita.
No, I understand. I was on my bike that day anyway.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was making a video and
about racism.
Nah, definitely not. But I have made plenty on that in the past. I actually have a whole playlist. That's what I'm saying. It's an important topic. On my channel, I have a whole playlist dedicated to the truth about racism, the KKK, Black Lives Matter. So check out that playlist, see all those videos. So I do think it's important. Don't get me wrong.
So crazy. So crazy. As I've been seeing that people that does videos by themselves and I watch them, I be all pumped up like, ooh, I love you. I got to get this person on my show. I got to get this person over here. And then, ooh, I think the person will get along. You can relate to me, Read on that, right? They tell her how it is. As soon as you get them on it together, oh my God, I forgot they do videos by themselves. And it get, even with conservatives, it get kind of intense. Like, oh, look, this probably did my show. I try to be the mediator. Okay, so like, dang it, I expect this. But it's funny because when we do live videos by ourselves, we can't argue with ourselves. We can't disagree with ourselves. And this is what I love with open dialogues, because you can, believe it or not, if I'm on with y'all every day, we're gonna come to some type of disagreement.
Oh yeah.
Well, the thing is too, we're all we love each other.
It helps you grow as a person.
Well, we're all strong, opinionated people.
I disagree with people on a daily basis outside of my live videos, though. Honestly, I'm used to that. I think there's always going to be your clashing and conflict. I don't oppose that. You know, Rita was going to have me on the other day on her channel or radio show. So, I mean, as much as we're clashing here, we're friends, you know,
We probably
as much as we can be after 2 sessions. What's that?
We would have been arguing on the video. I'd be like, what you
But that's pure gold. That's gold, you know?
Like,
I mean,
people were saying views do that. That's how it is. If you look at Howard Stern,
that's real.
People that have his views. I mean, you look at these late night talk show, people are like, so what do you mean? So like, so I know we agree with this, but what about this? Of course, we're going to clash a little bit, but it's different than going on with a pure liberal.
So the storm is coming. So let's go over the different pieces of that storm. What do you think, Mo? You lead the way. Go through the different topics. Say like this topic. What do y'all think about it? Go down the line. I can go last. Ladies first. Except for you, Mo. You go first because it's your show.
Ladies first.
Well, he is kind of like a lady.
Hold on.
He's like a woman.
Oh, look that cute there. Oh, look that cute. Thank you.
You're so cute.
Thank you. I'll take it. Ooh. Why the women
You're so pretty.
Bias anyway. Let me stop.
Hey, can I ask you guys a quick question before we get started with whatever? How do you make it so you just have a picture there instead of a live video?
All you got to do is go up a little bit and press that microphone, not the microphone, that camera sign, and then you go right to it. Just press that camera.
Yeah, because if you're having a bad hair day.
I'm right here.
I just don't look good sometimes. I just don't even want to be on sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
I'm
laying in bed, so.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I want to lay in bed.
It's chilly tonight. It's like 70.
American patriots, hide your face. This is girl power rule, huh, ladies?
Hey, I got some news for you, girl power people. Okay.
You don't even got a profile pic, man. Oh, there you go. I'm like,
if you have to be empowered, that means someone else had the power and gave you some just to make you feel better.
My granny gave me the power. My granny gave me the power. She a queen.
God gave you power.
Now, my granny, she actually led me to the word, though.
Kristen, you said I'm a pretty boy. I am a pretty boy. I'm not going to lie about that. I don't think I look good. I do know I look good. I look sexy. I swear if I was a girl, I would marry me. So, next.
Oh, my goodness.
I would divorce you. I'd be divorced from maybe like, nah.
I know I am.
Don't worry, that dude.
Next thing we know, Mo's going to be coming on it with lingerie. And...
Mo would be like, jump on it. Let's do it.
Mo, we here talking about he a pretty girl. And me and Patriots, we over here arguing.
I don't lie. I don't think I know. I'm beautiful. I'd be like, don't hate me because I'm beautiful. I tell everybody that. Next.
No, but American Patriots, it's Kevin, right? It's Kevin, right? Kevin.
Steve.
Oh, sorry, Steve.
Yeah.
It's all love. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's like my brother and I, we argue. I mean, I'll put him in a headlock. You know,
oh, it's all good. I mean,
I will put you in a straight headlock.
I'm honestly just not in the best mood today. It's just one of those days I have a chip on my shoulder. I don't know why.
Hey, Bob, want to come on?
He came down on the black monkey. See,
who's coming on?
The black monkey.
No, he wants to come on, Bob. What should I do? Because Bob is. No. Bob, later on.
Yeah.
Bob, you're.
Oh, no.
Bob from accountants?
No, stop it, Bob.
Bob, stop it, Bob. They used to
remember that old commercial?
In our own lane.
He made videos about me. He made videos about everybody. He would. Oh, no, he's. Woo! No, nothing.
I'll cut the mics off on him.
No, Bob tonight. Don't do this, y'all. We don't want a Bob on here tonight.
Hey, we love the Bible every night. Come on, Mo.
We need to have Bob and Altoid. Keep talking about that.
You want to get Altoid? Get Bob and Altoid. Bob, sing an email. Damn it, dude. Bob.
Oh, I didn't think Altoid would rip up Steve, too.
You get too crazy, I'm kicking you off.
Roosters and conservatives.
See, if he start acting like Steve, I'm kicking him off.
Oh,
Hey,
Oh, he's worried. Oh, no.
where's my kickoff button?
You're not gonna. Oh no.
Rita, no, he would.
He's
You
a-
just don't like it because I'm white, Rita.
you a cute white. You know I love you.
Okay. Uh-oh. Here come Bob, y'all. I'm gonna mute my mic and
Oh my goodness, I'm going back to work.
When do you see this?
Bob.
What's
Is
that
it
on your
coming?
shirt?
So I still can't figure out how to put a picture up there. I'll figure it out though. I don't know. The camera
I
thing
see
didn't
your
work.
shirt. What's on your shirt?
Did you
My
see
shirt?
the picture of me and Rita together?
Don't get slapped.
This is
Rita. We went out one night.
it's a black shirt with white, and it has baseball player on it. It says 2012 and Boston. It's from the baseball league, the MABL I used to play for.
That's nice.
2012 was the year we won the championship there. I should have won MVP that year and the next year, but they don't like me, so they made politics on me and prevented me from winning. But that's what this shirt is.
Well, it looks good. Now go and take your hat off. Let's see how you look with your hat off.
Oh no, man!
Okay. Oh,
Hey, I look like a mess.
you guys see? He got a haircut,
I usually
ladies.
have my hair up. I got it spiked. I got a blowout. I need a haircut.
He got
See?
a haircut, ladies.
I need one. I need a lady and a haircut, man. So, yeah, what do you
So
all
do you like
think?
long walks on the beach? Romantic dinners?
I gotta tell you, I was just thinking about it the other night, and I don't know if I have a romantic bone left in my body. I don't know. I wish I did, but I don't know. I don't have it. I'm too alpha. I don't know.
Oh, come on. You have to have a romantic bone. For the right girl?
Well, maybe if I met the right girl, I suppose.
Here you come.
Mo, do you got romantic bone or bones in your body? I got one, maybe.
Oh. That's not a romantic bone.
Could be. Not very Christian of me. All right.
Oh yeah, we see now that you have been exposed. You have been exposed.
I'm a real person.
You got attitude. You taking it out on a black woman tonight. See, I told you that's why I had to get on you.
I'm a feisty fellow.
See, ladies, that's why he got a wife. That's why. I ain't tell the truth.
You know why I don't have a wife? Because I believe in all this stuff. I'm intense, and because women want to control you, and they want to tell you that you need to do what they say or else, and I won't do that.
You gonna do it?
I'm a man. I'm supposed to wear the pants. The Bible teaches the man wears the pants.
Not in America. In America, ladies wear the pants.
No.
Steve.
Then America has fallen.
Steve.
Yes.
You may wear the pants, but she wears the panties. That's just how it goes.
Well,
and we take them off, and I wear the pants.
It all depends on what night they dealing with. You never know what type of night they going through. She might be wearing the pants, and he might be wearing something else.
Bob, where you at? I sent the invite.
Somebody was calling me on Hangouts.
Charity, happy wife.
Christian voter.
Christian said wear them pants now. Make sure they not no skinny pants though, because I'm a clown.
I don't like skinny jeans. I don't know how those dudes wear those things.
Yeah, don't be wearing no skinny jeans.
You don't seem like the skinny jean type.
Oh, look at his booty. Check out his booty, ladies.
I'll be back.
Mo's done. He's like, I'm end of live feed.
No. I'll be back. I gotta go bathroom.
He's gonna go look.
What
at
are you gonna do in there?
Bathroom.
Stay away from the bathroom.
I had to pay a water bill.
You can't go to the bathroom like that after I just did that. I'm just gonna go to the bathroom. All right, so back to politics. The storm.
Okay.
It's
All
a
right,
brewing.
It is brewing, man. This has been an eventful week. You got a lot popping off right now.
Oh my gosh! Did you come on? Did you hear me about the earlier stuff?
I must have missed it. Honestly, what were we talking about? Let's do a summary.
So we were talking about Julian Assange, that how his lawyers weren't allowed to get to him this last weekend, and that he is in Guantanamo Bay right now.
He is?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the ambassador for Ecuador, he quit, he either quit or he was fired, and so yeah, he's in Guantanamo. See what else? Comey, Trump tweeted a retweet of a meme saying about the Russian collusion being a lie. Now, when is the tribunal's going to start?
Yeah, you know what's funny about that? It's funny you say that because that's the video I was making this morning. It wasn't the one that I missed the call with Rita the other day on, but it was another one. I made it this morning. I was up till crazy hours of the early morning. I shouldn't have been up till like 7. And because I'm like a really finite guy, I pay attention to all the detail. Anyway, it was about arresting Hillary Clinton. You can go and check out my most recent videos. And you can see it. It's like a minute, 2 minutes long only. And it talked about treason and the U.S. code that backs up treason. And I specifically mentioned arresting and bringing back the trials to try people for treason on Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton. Those are the 2 names I mentioned, and no one's been talking about that for a while. I know they talk, we got to lock her up, lock him up sometimes here and there, but everyone's been talking about Russia, another thing that's going on with, the Ukraine situation. They've been talking about Israel and the 10,000 troops assembled at the border from Syria that are trained by Iran and probably infiltrated by Iranians. They've been talking about the southern border, and I was making this video, and then that network, I'm at their Twitter page right now because I was paying attention to that. It's called the Trump Train. I'm looking at the post. It says now that Russia, what's up?
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about.
Yep. It says now that Russia collusion is a proven lie, when did the trials for treason begin? And it's got a picture. And that meme with that picture is the exact picture that I used as my YouTube video. What do you call it? The photo, whatever the photo.
Thumbnail?
The thumbnail, exactly. And so he tweeted this 20 hours ago now. And when was that? 11, 12. It was about the time that I put my video out there. So I don't know. Maybe it was just something that God was putting on people's hearts to like reignite that fire. Or I don't know if it had to do with my video or if Trump follows me. I've often wondered if he does. But I thought it was kind of ironic that was like something that was a talking point for the day in the news. Anyway, that's all.
Yeah, no, that's a really big. I think that's an amazing.
Who is that?
Puzzle piece. Stop it, Bob.
I thought it was Santa Claus. Santa Claus! I want some presents.
Voting guy. What's the name? The voting. It's a MAGA man. That's what I know. Black, white, it don't matter. Beard, no beard. Dreads, no dreads. We all my people.
You know what Santa Bob's bringing
people,
us?
actually.
He got his toes, boys. That's
my people.
Wow.
Santa Bob's bringing us Hillary in prison.
Dude, we need to put that chick in jail. Why is that chick not in jail?
Well, check this out. Check this out. There was a DOJ plane.
Look at all these beautiful people.
Oh, thanks, Bob. There was a DOJ plane that went to Arkansas. I believe it was in August. And they took out 2. We're talking like a 747, like a big, huge plane. They took 2 planes worth of documents out of Arkansas on a DOJ plane.
I heard about that. Yep.
Where's Hope at?
That ain't Hope. All black people don't look alike. That's Rita.
What you say?
Hope at work.
I said, where is Hope at?
Oh, Hope at work. You don't get off until like 2 more hours.
You're stuck with us tonight, Bob. Sorry. Your girlfriend's working.
Hey, where's Hope?
He wants some hope tonight.
Some what?
Hope. Look at him.
Hope?
Yeah.
Hope?
Yeah.
Hope Coleman.
And
Hope.
Steve,
She
I'm
works a lot.
not talking to Steve no more because he stood me up Sunday. He didn't want to go live with me because I'm a black
Introduce
woman.
me to these folks. Who's this dude right here with that hat on?
That's me. I'm Steve.
Hey,
Are you
Steve,
talking about
I'm
you?
going to get you one of these.
Oh, I got one.
That
Hold on. I'll get it.
style right there. Just give me an address where you're at, and I'll send it to you.
Hold on.
Hey, Steve, I'm going to get you one of these. Oh, I got one. Hold on. I'll get it.
Hold on.
Aw, Santa Claus is already passing out.
Bob a good dude, man. I don't know what I say. I love Bob.
What, you need one of these?
He got my personal. He calls me on the phone.
Oh, there you go.
He got my personal number. So I don't give everybody my personal number.
Let's go MAGA. Everybody go MAGA.
No.
Huh?
No, I meant one like the other hat.
I'm going over the ears.
Like
Going crazy. All right.
Yeah, that's a badass hat right there.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing though. I wish he didn't make it like. It kind of looks like a duck bill a little bit. It's a little long. I always wish it was a little shorter, but it's pretty
There's
darn good.
There's other ones out there.
Yeah, I got one. I got another one too. It's a red, white, and blue one. I'll get that too.
Well,
It's a fashion show tonight.
Yo.
Mo, I know you. I want to play. I want to play a song so we can make everybody smile tonight.
Okay.
I'm fixing to order some caps that say
What?
Trump 2020, Keep America Great, and those kind of hats. So if y'all want hats, you got to send me some kind of address to send them to.
It's funny you say that and you brought that up. I'm actually in the process of filing the last paperwork for a new business called American Patriots Apparel as well. And it's going to be all made in America apparel. And so I don't want to take any business from you. Definitely do business with this man as well. Do business with all MAGA
I buy all
people.
my stuff from companies. I don't do any business.
Okay. Wait, so you don't do what?
I don't have any clothing, apparel, or anything. I never did that. I made a truck cup. It's in the kitchen right now.
I dig your background, by the way. I like the all the
I like
flags.
his accent. I like his accent.
Yeah, I love Bob. Bob is so cool, man.
We miss you,
Man,
Bob.
I'm still ain't hung my brand new banner up. This banner is like 20 feet long. And it's fixing to go up in front of me on the top of my room right here.
I love it.
And I bought this for $3 at the garage sale.
That's a good deal right there.
Don't stop it, Bob.
I seen that garage sale. I almost kept on driving. But I seen this something that looked like it was American flag, so I slammed on the brakes. And I got out of my truck and I walked over there and I said, "Is that flag for sale?" He said, "That ain't a flag, that's a banner." And I said, "How much you want for it?" And he said, $3. I said, "That's a done deal."
Stop it, Bob. I love it.
Hey, Bob, where you from?
I live in Texas. Actually, I live in Edinburgh, Texas, down here on the border.
That's right.
Okay.
Hey, Bob, my mom and my sister are coming. They're looking at houses right now.
Actually, I didn't say sure. I actually slammed on the brakes and said something with the SH in it, but you know.
I love
Who's the
Texas,
other lady
man.
on here?
I'm going shake.
Bob, you know me. We've talked before.
I know
Bob got
Chrissy,
her
but
number.
who's the other chick? I don't know who she is.
Oh, Rita.
This is Rita from Compton, California online.
Oh, Rita from Compton. Hey, do you hate do you hate white people?
Man, how did you know that, man? How did you know? See that? See, he even knows about Compton. You see that? He knows.
Hello, black
My first
women.
question gotta be, do you hate white people?
See, I told you he know all the way in Texas about Compton.
Stop it, Bob.
I think we need to get you out of Compton and out of California. I think we should get all good people out of California and just.
You gotta come to the more next year with us. You coming with us, me and Hope.
I got the cure to racism.
Uh-oh.
That's good, Bob. Bob, you good people. You my brother, Bob. I don't care what color you are. You can be green. You my brother.
Grape? You say grape?
Rescue mission underway, baby.
You could be great.
I love Bob, man. I like his accent.
Bob,
man,
cool.
everything.
I'm telling you.
Bob
Everybody
is
love
cool.
Tommy love Bob. Everybody love Bob. Tommy, look.
Look at
When I
him.
first met
He's
Bob,
drinking out of
he
40
made
ounce.
videos about. He made 4 videos about me. I'm like, you said,
Hey, check this out, Mo. If I win the lottery,
yeah.
check this out. If I win the lottery, I'm going to start up an HBO TV show or an internet show, and then I'm going to invite racist people, black and white,
Don't
on my
stop it,
show.
Bob.
See, I can do it because I'm white, right? So I get the white racist people on the show. And when they show up, the only thing you're going to see is sexy ass black women.
Hey, now.
And then I'm going to do the same thing to the black guys. When they show up, they're not going to see nothing but sexy ass white women. And I can do that because I can get like Hope and this chick and Mo to invite all the black racist people.
Yes.
And all that intermixing, there won't be no more racism, man. It'll be over.
Don't stop it, Bob. This is why I mess with Bob. He's the GOAT, greatest of all time. Go, Bob.
Bob cool, man.
I told you when I first saw Bob, he did like 4 videos about me. Like, this dude ain't even nobody making videos about me. More reached out, spreading fake, you know, like the did. He been with this Uber guys fake.
In 1,000 years, we're all gonna be light tone people.
See, that's my brother. He already know what's up.
Don't stop it, Bob.
Bob is cool. Bob, I need you to come on to California though.
Rita, you're married.
No, I'm talking about I need to come to California and ride a party.
Chrissy told me she's married. I was fixing to ask her how good looking she is.
We gotta get you all out of California.
I don't like California.
Go to Texas.
I'm allergic to California.
Yeah, me too.
Well, I am looking at houses in Texas right now.
Yeah,
My
get
sister's...
your butt out of here too. You get gone.
Yeah, I'm taking you with me.
No, I don't want to go with you. So you can talk to me all night. I'll never get no sleep. My eyes be black because I don't know what.
Hey, Bob. Someone in the comment section said, Bob, answer me. Are your parents cousins?
That's just wrong, man. See, to me, that seems like a liberal troll. They always think like white Southern folk are like incest babies, or they always pretend that. That's nonsense, man. Nonsense, man.
I can't. No, they're not cousins. No, not cousins. Not cousins. We're not cousins. We just sister brother.
Ooh, y'all got me crying. This was a serious video. It turned into like Jerry Springer at the end. This turned. Remember, Jerry Springer started off serious. All of a sudden, it turned out to like a Jerry. Like it was all calm. The Lord. All of a sudden, boom. But you know
Bob
what?
I'm sorry, Bob. Bob, you my nigga, man. I'm sorry.
No, Bob is like God. Bob's got a different attitude. I'm telling y'all, dude. Because he gets everybody attention. That dude knows how to. He ain't on that little crazy little opportunist type of stuff. He's like, whatever. I'm just me. I don't care. I'm gonna talk about all y'all. Until he made 4 videos about me. Kind of draw me
I can't hear what she's saying.
Bob gets tall kid. That's a tradition. He loves his tall kid. He always have a tall boy while he's doing his video. He do the 4-hour video, man.
Oh man, Bob, do you ride a Harley? You look like a biker.
Somebody subscribe to Bob. Hey, one of my moderators, go Trumps and conservatives. Everybody go ahead and hit him up. I love Bob.
Bob is cool, man. I like Bob.
If I ain't got a tall boy, I'm on a dry spell.
Uh-oh.
What was Rita trying to tell me? Rita, what were you asking me?
We have a girlfriend for you, Bob.
Do you have a Harley? Do you ride a bike?
No, I don't got no Harley. I got a Dodge pickup truck. I'm single. I'm retired.
No, I'm saying you look like a biker. You never rode a motorcycle in your life?
I need a bike. You gonna buy me one?
I got one for sale.
He be doing videos on his bike. That dude be doing videos on his bike, dude. Like, I'm riding my bike to the liquor store. He be on the live video. All people for real. I'm telling you, I mess with Bob.
I am for rent. I mean, any rich black women want to buy me a Harley? Hell yeah.
Well, see, Bob, I got to fill you in on that part. The black woman ain't buy. See, the black woman want the rich white man.
I think we should make Bob's beard dreads like Mo's. Like Mo's hair. What do you think? What do you think, Bob?
Santa Claus Bob. I call him Santa Claus Bob.
I see me and Mo riding down to California together.
Nick, you can forget it. You ain't getting no Honda. Bob over here tripping. He got too much to drink in his system. Talking about black woman buy him.
By tomorrow, Mo.
Black woman
promise
buy you
you
nothing.
this.
We cheap. Ask
By
Chrissy,
tomorrow.
the white woman gonna buy you what you want.
Yeah, last time me and Rita went out, she stiffed me with the bill.
I have my big chest cleaned out.
She's like, I gotta go to the bathroom.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to bring them dreadlocks out and put them to work.
That what you gonna have to do. That was
Hey, dude bought dreadlocks and made videos about me. I was like, I thought this dude, he's funny. I want him on my show. Bob, come on my show.
Oh, he got dreadlocks
on and everything.
I like it. Bob, funny. I don't think I'm serious. Look, Uber guy, look. I text Uber guy. So Uber guy, look, he made a video about you. No, Mark made like, he's like, Uber guy is fake. And Uber guy was out laughing. Oh, Bob made a video about me. And Bob, look, Bob Fuller, he put Bob on the show with me and him. He was like, what up, Bob? We got the Bobster in the house. Stop it, Bob.
Mo's a good guy. He don't care what anybody says. Look here, Mo. I got a serious question for you.
What you got? Uh-oh, here you go. Stop it, Bob.
Look here, Mo.
All right.
This is a serious question.
Bring it to me. I'm ready.
Serious question. And this goes for everybody on here. What do y'all think? I had a great victory a few days ago. On the same day, now keep this in mind. I've been talking about this ever since CRTV started up. In fact, for the past 2 years, 2.5 years, whatever. CRTV is being sued and fixing to go out of business because they borrowed $20 million from one guy in Vegas and can't pay back a single dime. They borrowed $4.28 million from another guy and can't pay him back. And on the same day, their Proud Boys got listed by the FBI as a hate gang, which is very serious.
Yeah, but the FBI is
that
running.
cuts out half of Will Johnson's business. And all the liberal hate seems to come to a stop. Now, what do y'all think about all that?
Because they're scared.
I say, hell yeah.
They're scared because they know what's coming.
I'll tell you, though, I mean, I hope people do realize that they are silencing people and that, honestly, we can't keep just talking about it and, like, doing nothing because or else we're all going to be silenced and we're going to lose our freedoms, our freedom of speech. You know, we're going to have all these networks that we trust in that we know tell the truth. They're going to disappear like InfoWars. And I mean, if we don't start fighting back somehow, I don't know. I mean, how are we going to stop them, right? I mean, we elect Trump, it still happens. There's still the fake news. They're still pulling all this stuff. They're still censoring people all over the internet. So, I mean, I know, Mo, your channel gets messed with sometimes. Mine does all the time.
I have gotten 3 strikes before. My channel was shut down, and I had to appeal it 3 times, and it came back.
Yep. So. Yeah, but I'm saying, like, because eventually it's going to get to the point where they just kick us off of social media, where these companies are being destroyed, where people like me who already have been fired from their jobs over this stuff just for being a good Christian American patriot, they're going to make up stories. They're going to label everyone mentally unwell. You know, whatever tactics they have to stop us, they're going to do. And the thing about the right is we're too moral for that. We're not going to stoop to those lows and lie and deceive because that's not in our makeup. So what do we do if we're going to do nothing or just rely on a corrupt FBI who's going to label the Proud Boys, you know, domestic terrorists, but not Antifa, because the FBI is behind going at Trump and all the conservatives?
Well, I mean, you got to consider who was in charge of the FBI. We had Comey,
That's what I'm saying.
And you know, we got Brannon, and they're going down. And I think it's just we didn't see any of it go down because Trump had to filter through all of that and try to figure out who's who. You know, because they couldn't do anything until he made sure all the right people were out and all the right people were in place.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say though, don't you feel like, I mean, look at the midterms though, right? They took back the House. What happens in 2020? They already tried to fix the elections when Trump was running. They do voter fraud again here in Florida, where I'm from. You know, there's nothing they won't do to get control back.
Well, I think what he's doing right now, I think we're gonna see a lot of head rolls. I mean, there was 9 people, and this is the thing. There's things that we're not hearing about. There was 9 people arrested in LA for voter fraud.
I heard about that, yeah. But you're right. It doesn't get much traction. You don't hear it too much.
No, so people are getting arrested now for voter fraud, and I think once everybody is in place in January, we're going to see, because he's got the Senate. That's all he needed. That's all he cared about. And I think why he kind of let things go the way they go, because check this out. Brenda Spicer, she was already pardoned by Obama. She has a long record of voter fraud. And she was pardoned already. So he had to wait for her to do it again in order to catch her.
Yeah, well, I mean, I know, but then we've seen voter fraud in years past, and then they still do it, and then 9 people get arrested, and they're still going to do it, and then more people do it, because honestly, they're just low-down, dirty people. They don't care about getting arrested. They're all criminals anyways. All they do is sponsor criminal activity.
Well, you got to look who was in office for the last... We had... Both Bushes were corrupt. Then we had Clinton and Obama. I mean, how many years is that?
I don't really agree. I mean, I don't think so. I mean, the only thing I don't like about George W. Bush is that the Patriot Act. I think that was a mistake. I think it was a reaction move that took away our liberties. It was very dangerous for America. You know, I think that if you look at the reason why we went into Iraq, it was for WMDs in 2012. Even I think it was the New York Times came out with an article saying there was WMDs. Yet everyone still talks about who it was.
Into this?
Yes.
No. Hey, let me inject something into this. What's his name, Steve?
Yes.
Okay, let me help you out, brother. There's 2 foundations to help get you started on the globalist movement.
Number one, only cost you $9.99.
It won't cost you nothing. It'll cost you some of your time. The first one is the Muslim Foundation CAIR, CAIR. You need to learn to keep up with who they're funding. Okay.
Muslim Brotherhood, for example.
Yeah, the Council on American Islamic Relations. The other one is called the Sunlight Foundation. Mm-hmm. You know who they are?
I've heard of them too, yeah.
You've heard of them, but do you keep up with them? See, I keep up with them.
No, I keep up more with CAIR than them.
You got to find out who they're donating to with their nonprofit, who's funding them, and who their nonprofits are. Mm-hmm. Let me explain to you something about the Bush family. The Bush family are head and toes into globalism. They were fully funded by Sunlight. 5% of all Republicans in office right now today are funded by Sunlight. Actually, it's dropped down to maybe about 3 or 4% after this year's voting, but we weeded out a lot of them this year. I was actually surprised when I went back and looked. But you got to learn to keep up with who the globalists are, and and how you do that is who's being funded through the globalist slush fund called Sunlight. Huh?
No, I hear what you're saying. I would like to see the evidence myself on that, if that's true, because it would be extremely disappointing.
Look it up, see if it's still up for the years, and I doubt it, but because it's been so far back now that they only keep on stuff online for so many years back, but. Yeah, and I'll show you that stuff when I find it. But the Bushes.
I've seen that speech by George Bush. I've seen that speech by George Bush about the New World Order speech. You heard that before, right? So I know where people get that from. I don't know that his political decisions backed up a globalist strategy, though.
They are, and
okay. Let me help you out a little bit more. Wait, hold on. Sunlight did not exist when Bush was president. Actually, Sunlight didn't come into operation until Obama was president. The nonprofit that you have to look that up through is the Levine nonprofit, the Levine family nonprofit, because they controlled the globalist slush nonprofit money for about 30 years.
All right, I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, I was a Bush supporter for a long time, and I was in Syria, and I was very vocal against Bashar and his wife. And somebody came to me that was a pro-Assad sympathizer, and he was a cool dude. We just have difference of opinion, but he actually brought me to the conclusion of, the corruption of the Bush family. And it goes back to Grandpa Bush, not Bush Sr., but to his dad.
That's right.
And also Bush's mother.
Well, who is this guy and how corrupt is he?
I heard some things about her.
She's pretty corrupt, and she's pretty nasty. But they are, one, they are globalists. Two, they are interested in the oil. So a lot of the stuff that's been going on in the Middle East, you got to check it out, because I was like you. I was firmly like you, Steve.
No, but everybody. What about the fact that the guy is also deeply rooted in Christianity and has been a very moral person and stood up for a lot of things?
No. Okay,
it's a facade. A lot of these.
Where's the proof of this?
Exactly, it's a facade, because if you Roman Catholic Church has been totally taken over by the gay movement. And in fact, the Roman Catholic Church, if you do all the math for all the kids that they rape and molest in all the countries, they are the #1 child rapist organization in the world today, raping over 1 million children per year.
What does that mean about Catholicism, though?
Okay, no, that's just the Roman Catholic Church. There's other Catholic churches that don't belong to that and don't have any part of that. But
that's
what
not
it
what the
says
Bible teaches.
is in line with the Bible prophecies that Satan would be in charge of the Roman Catholic Church at that time.
Right, but it's not. It has nothing to do with the Catholic Church.
Senior, George Bush Senior purchased a well called the Bay of Pigs well. You can look that up. It goes in with JFK. I've always said, and I try to tell people, JFK was a traitor. That's why he was assassinated, and it was a great thing. It would be like Obama, Hillary, and the Bushes all being killed off at the same time when they executed the JFK and his brother. And but if you don't believe me, go back and look up JFK and how much he purchased the Bay of Pigs well for $1. How do you purchase a major oil well for $1 from a well-known globalist if you are not a globalist?
I mean, JFK's last speech, though, is exposing all the stuff that we're seeing in the world today, though. So a lot of people would disagree and say that he was assassinated because he was exposing
No. Okay, you have to understand the world back then. The world back then was different than the world now. The world back then was mainly made up in mafias. Kind of like this. Have you ever heard of the Hinkle family? The Hinkle family is the biggest, not only mafia, but globalist family in the world. In fact, they always have been. They are so big that if you look up the globalist corporation of the Hinkle Corporation, they own other corporations, other businesses, and subsidiary businesses from those. Have you ever heard of the island country of Cyprus and how evil it is? It's on every 007 movie practically. Remember that last one where he said, I'm going to pay this man a visit, and the guy asked him, he says, are you going to kill him? And he says, yes. He says, I'm going there to kill him. And the guy tells him, well, let's have one last drink because I know you're not coming back. Meaning they'll kill him if he goes there, because that is the country island of Cyprus. In fact, a well-known conservative family, well, the man and wife were killed on that island just this past week. And now there's a big inquiry about it. It's the biggest globalist corporation on earth. But back then, when JFK was in power, every country had a bunch of mafia, especially the United States. We had the Italians, we had the French, we had the German, we had Russians living in New York City. I mean, we had every damn type of mafia there was in the country, whether they were represented by a country.
Well, you know what you should do, Bob? You should present, because honestly, like, to be honest, okay, I've seen a lot of people talking about George Bush and the globalist stuff and smearing the Bushes, and if it's true, then I want to know, and I'd like to know, and I think people should know, right? No matter what they thought about him, whether they liked him or not. But I think a lot of times that a lot of stuff is generated that could be fake news or down the rabbit hole too much and it might not be real. So if you have evidence, and it sounds like you might, then you should make a video, like concrete video with all factual evidence. So that way anyone like myself who might be ignorant on the topic, if it is all true,
actually, that would be nothing new.
What did you say, Bob?
And well, the thing about it too,
what I was saying was, I
research
do that all the time. That would be nothing new for me to make a factual-based video to show you what I'm talking about. I do that all the time. That's how come people know who I am, because I'm very well known for that.
All right, what's your channel? As do I.
Well, I got 5 of them because I'm so highly censored on here. But Trumps and Conservatives. And like TrumpsandConservatives.com, that's my website. So Trumps and Conservatives on YouTube, and then I got Christian Voting List, and then I got another channel called Trumpster Bob.
All right, mine's American Patriots for God and Country. I can't do more than one channel. I don't know how you do all that.
Well, it's not a necessity. See, Facebook banned me because I went and told on Zuckerberg for the fact that he was starting up Infinity Social Network and ditching Facebook intentionally so he could screw over the likes of all his investors. Like Trump owns the majority of Facebook. People don't know that. Right now, he's the #1 shareholder in Facebook. But also, you had the likes of George Soros on there. This is a major investor. So that's why George Soros and Zuckerberg are going at it recently, because he's costing him a lot of money by screwing up Facebook. But Zuckerberg had dreams of becoming president because he was jealous of Trump. And so he went and invested into South America in their education for computer science so that he could hire cheap labor out of South America instead of hiring Americans. But in the world of running for office, he can come out and say, look, I'm a good guy, employed South Africans. So I went and told all this crap on him about how Infinity was actually invented in Cyprus and how it was pushed by sunlight. In fact, Stephen Bullish worked for sunlight. And I showed everybody all this crap. That's how I got banned off of Facebook the first time.
Interesting.
So
yeah, I've been banned a bunch
information and finding it is right up in my alley.
I have a whole folder dedicated to all the evidence of them censoring me, banning me, and pulling the crap that they've pulled over the past couple of years. So I know what you mean. I was going to say about the Middle East and oil and everyone wanting oil. Of course they want oil, but the thing is right now, if you look at who controls most of the oil in the Middle East, it's the Muslims. We can't have these nut jobs controlling all the oil, especially given the fact that they burn oil fields all the time. Like they're just out of control. So, I mean, like, I don't even object. I don't think when you go into a country that you should take their resources, right? But I think we should make sure that they're controlled by better people than that. The reason why is the Bible says you're not supposed to. That's why.
Well, the thing that's going on right now, and it has a lot to do with oil and everything we're talking about, is right now the focus is oil, especially that's the whole, I think the hook in the mouth is oil, and it's, the spoils of war. And right now they have Golan Heights in Israel, and Russia's lined up with Iran, with Syria, and they're on Israel's border right now.
That's true.
Right by Golan Heights. And the Bushes had a lot to do with that too. And that's
the conflict in the Middle East has gone back way before the United States and George Bush's, though. Let's face it, the jihad waged by the Muslim world on the Middle East and Europe's been going on for centuries before the United States was even a twinkling in the eye. So yes, oil absolutely is obviously part of the issue, but there's more to it. There's the jihad, there's the oil. The reason Bush Jr. went into...
Well, if you're going to go back that far, that goes to the Sunnis and the Shiites. Oil was only a commodity for what, 100 years? I mean, how long has oil been a commodity? So the oil doesn't go as far as back as to the troubles with the Middle East.
Yeah, but
okay, here's the question of the moment right here. Let me ask you this, Steve. If I were the president and I sent troops into Syria, and then after they're already sent, I can't stop them. They're going to go there and kill the Syrian president or whoever the leader is.
Bashar al-Assad.
The prince or the queen or whatever the hell he is.
Bashar al-Assad.
So, yeah, Assad. So they're going in there, and and they're on their way, and they're in open desert, running up there, and they're fixing to get him. In about 45 minutes, they're going to kill the dude. And I called Prince Assad up, or he calls me up, and we work a deal out. And okay, there's peace everywhere now. Everybody's happy. And I said, well, damn it. Now I got to tell you about my troops coming into your country. You're going to have to kill them, or they're going to kill you. Would that make me a traitor if I gave up my own troops and the prince went out there and killed all 500 troops because I gave them up?
Why would you give them up?
Okay, exactly. I would be a traitor if I did that. JFK did that at the Bay of Pigs. It wasn't 500 troops, but it was a special forces team went in there to assassinate their dictator.
Well, that was an incorrect
was a traitor.
move.
He gave up our troops.
I mean, I hear what you're saying. I can see how you would think that's treacherous to give away the position, give them up like that. Maybe it was a bad move on his part. It was an idiotic move. I don't know.
Well, that was part of the CIA.
The
CIA was involved in that.
No. That was JFK's decision and JFK's decision alone. They have videotapes of that now, or tapes of it. So of the conversation, they were in peace talks, and he was given a certain amount of seconds to answer yes to peace, which means to get rid of these Russian nukes, or no. And if he said no, it meant war. If he didn't answer within that precise second, that was the end of the talks. That second came up and ran 10 seconds over, and they stayed on the phone, and our troops were dropped off. And then after he finally agreed to it, JFK gave up our troops, and they were killed. They could have taken him out with ease if he had not given up our troops. JFK,
well, who knows? I mean,
see, to me, in honestly, my mind, he's a traitor. You don't give up your people under any circumstances like that.
What if there was something more going on that we didn't know? What if it was a strategic move to be like, all right, we just made this peace deal, but if you even get any thoughts about kind of like, pulling back on it, that we're right here. They're there. So, maybe it was like a power move.
They can't do that because, number one, we got a major base there. We could wipe out the whole country. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's either you get rid of the nukes or we bomb you into submission. And, I mean, that's the deal. Or we just keep an embargo on your ass and you can't get no food or supplies in of any kind. And that was what was going on back then. So why would he give up our troops just because he made peace with the guy when he could have had his ass assassinated, his ass replaced by somebody who would have been a much better leader for our favor?
Well, I hear you. Like I said, I mean, I can see where you're coming from. I don't disagree that seems like not the right move. But again, you have to always keep in mind, I think, not to give him the benefit of the doubt, but I guess, because, I mean, do we know everything that's going on that the president knows even now? No, we don't.
No,
so
of course not. But,
on
nowadays
surface,
we do looking back that far back.
Well, it just goes back to it's good versus evil. It's not Democrats versus Republicans.
Right.
There's
exactly.
That's become good versus evil, though. The Democrats have become evil. There's no doubt about it.
Oh yeah, I mean,
but
that's the layer of evil.
I mean,
but yeah,
I agree with you with that, Chrissy.
I agree. It's good versus evil, regardless.
Because you got some bad Republicans running around here too right now. So I think it's just evil versus good. That's all it is.
Like, there is some bad Republicans, but the way I look at the bad Republicans is that's why we call them rhinos, because in actuality, they're not real Republicans. They're just they're politicians who run as Republicans to get elected, but they're really liberal, they're really Democrat, or they're really socialist or communist, and they know they won't get elected in certain places if they don't run Republican.
I feel some type of way about Steve right now.
The whole time, you vote bad people into office, you get a bad government. You vote good people into office, you get a good government. It doesn't matter how many parties you have. We have way over 50 parties in America total. We don't need a third party. All that talk y'all are hearing about a third party. We need a third party. All of that comes from the damn Libertarian Party, biggest party in America today. And we don't need a third party. What we need to do, I don't care if we got one party, no parties, or 100 parties.
Yeah.
It comes down to what you said. You got to vote good people into office.
Yeah.
You can't vote bad people
into office. The short of it is, if you're right on the Bush stuff, then he is a bad guy, right? And he was pulling the wool over our eyes. I mean, the devil often comes as a wolf in sheep clothing, you know. So I mean, you do have to look out for that. I'm not saying that that doesn't happen often, and I would be extremely disappointed if that's all 100%, you know, or 1,000%, as Rita would say. But you know, I'd like to see the evidence because I did notice from what I saw, and all I can go again. Who knows? Who am I? I'm just the average everyday citizen that has this.
I'm following your page.
American Patriots Forgotten Country?
No, on YouTube I'm following you, but now I'm going to follow whatever there is to follow about you, and we'll go from there.
All right, yeah, I'm on Twitter too at Patriots God, and I'm on Facebook until they ban me.
Hey, there's some good conservatives in the fight, you know, and you recognize them when you're looking at their stuff, right? I mean, it's not hard to see.
No, there's some good people. You know, I just feel like even with the conservatives, I tell you, I'm becoming very frustrated with all of this, you know, because, you know, you see some people like yourself and others on here that do research, that care about God, that care about what it is to actually be a conservative and a patriot and to love America. But half these people think that to love America is too much. If you love it too much, you're too extreme. Or if you care about God, then, well, you don't have to care about God to be a conservative. I'm like, well, that's what it is to be a conservative. Those are the people that founded this nation. They were conservatives.
That's right.
It bothers me.
God we trust.
Yeah, it bothers me that I feel like our whole system of government, left and right, has been hijacked. Because even back in the day, I mean, the left was pretty wicked. I mean, let's face it. They were so racist. It's ridiculous. You know, they were all for abortion. They were against the civil rights movement. So I can't really look back in history, in recent history even, and say, well, the left is kind of used to be nicer and more godly, because you don't really see that. I mean, because God wasn't for racism. There's nothing in the Bible that says to be a racist. It does say that Israel is God's people, but, you know, it doesn't mean that they're like the master race, like, you know, the Aryan race or something. You know, it's not like what God means by that. But it just bothers me, I guess. It frustrates me. I think I've given up everything but my life. I know people don't like to hear it, and I don't like to tell it all the time because of that. But you try being in my shoes, right? I was taken off in my career. I got fired from my job at an international bank. And that was my first mistake, you know, growing up, not being involved in politics. And I want to warn people who are younger that they're going to hit these same things if they stand their ground and for their principle and for God and country. If they stand, they're going to be they're going to be abused by the American left. Okay. The thing was, I made a mistake going into finance because I had to work for banks, and that's where finance leads to jobs in banks and stuff. The international banks is all globalism, all leftist, all corrupt. It's the very core of everything we're talking against, and rightfully so. And so I had to work for them. I worked there for about 12 years at different places. And the last place I was there for 6 years before they fired me. They fired me. And they fired me because of social media and social networking. They didn't like people like you that I network with. They didn't like it. And so they decided to fire me. They made up fake news because I support the border and enforcing it, and Trump for doing so. And they pretended I was racist. You know, we've been talking about racism. And I guess maybe that's kind of why it bothers me a little, because I'm so sick and tired of there's so little racism. It's out there, and it's more prevalent in some places than others. But I've never met a KKK person, okay? And Black Lives Matter people, half of them aren't even racist either. They just, you know, they know Black Lives Matter, and they want Black lives to matter more because they feel like they don't, you know, a lot of them. But they're misguided and they're uneducated. And I mean, you couple everything that's going on and how we're warning people, we're putting our blood, sweat, and tears here into this stuff, and people mock you. And I'm like, you really want to believe the fake news? I know I'm going off, so I'm sorry. There's a lot of other people on here. I'll shut up in a minute.
Go for it.
No, keep talking.
They ruined my life.
Look, it comes down to this. The alt-right is not for the right. They are really alt-left. alt-right was actually started up in Canada by David McGuinness. And
what do you consider to be alt-right?
What's down here that started up in America, but he was already, so he was never able to get it going. So David McGuinness come down here. He started the racist ass gay Proud Boys, and which you understand David McGuinness's history. He was born in the United States.
You said a lot there. Hold on, I got it.
Born in the United States. He was not born in Canada. So
wait,
David
what were you saying about
being born in the UK?
Come here.
Huh?
What were you saying about the Proud Boys? Are you saying they're gay and racist? Oh, did I hear you wrong?
Let me finish, and I'll explain it. I got videos on this. You can go watch it all you want. I got proof. There ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Okay, because I've met and rallied with them, and I can speak to that too, but go ahead.
Okay, good. That's fine and dandy too. A lot of people have. I've talked to a lot of people that have. Once they find out what I show them as far as information and the videos I got on them, then they shut up and they disappear. But here's the reality. You got David McGuinness. Now, let me give you a brief history rundown on David McGuinness. David McGuinness was born in the United Kingdom. He was brought to Canada when he was 4 years old. And his family, his dad did business here with Aeronautical Foundation. Then the son of a bitch was, they applied for a citizenship because his dad thought he would be there longer. He was only there for a couple of years. So then they moved back to the United Kingdom. And then at age 17, his dad moved back to Canada, where he went back to work for the same firm that's in the United Kingdom, and they're in Canada. But by then he had received his citizenship. So now he's a citizen. When he got older, he got into fake social media. Okay. But he got more involved, and he was backed by Sunlight to infiltrate the right by pretending to try to bring the right together. In Canada, you had every single political organization for the left. You had the communist, the liberal, the Democrat, the communist. I mean, you name it, they got it. Okay, but now you don't have that. But at that time, they had 3 parties for the right. Like we got the Republicans, that's it. Okay, in Canada, they had 3 Republican type of organization parties. David McGuinness goes in there pretending to try to bring them all together, but in reality, he was there to keep them separated, which he was successful in doing. Meanwhile, in Canada, all of your left-wing parties, every single one under one party called Liberal Party of Canada. Google it. Okay, so now that's the ruling party in Canada right now. That's the problem with Canada. So David McGuinness was sent to America through Sunlight. So he comes down here to the United States. He already had the Proud Boys going in Canada with a lot of felonies and very radical issues going on up there. So he goes to America and starts up the Proud Boys. Now, here's a piece of information you might also want to Google, which I actually show you a part of that in a couple of my videos. David McGuinness not only pulled out his pecker on live stream Canadian TV, but he also stuck a dildo up his wazoo. Now, how in the hell are you not gay if you're sticking a dildo up your backside and you're a man?
Well, I'm glad I haven't seen nor heard about that. I hope that no one would do that. But he's the one who just resigned as head of the Proud Boys because they labeled them domestic terrorists and they were trying to investigate.
But he's the one that made them what they are. If it wasn't for him,
but they're not what you just said. All that could very well may be true, but that's not who they are today. What they are is a group of
exactly who they are.
Well, not really. I mean, because they're standing up for conservative things. I've seen them at events against Antifa. They're not left.
Of course.
They're not. I mean.
Okay, let me ask you this.
They're not.
There's a lot of. I got over 3,000 files on all these groups, so I know who all of them are. Okay.
I'm not saying that the roots aren't right.
By the Muslims to be for the right. Does that even make any sense? There are groups that were funded by CARE to take over all flag wave groups in America. Did you know that? One of them's called Overpasses for America. They took over $2 million from the CARE Foundation.
Hold on, Bob. Hold on. Hey, Chrissy, what you got to say about this?
I don't know much about the Proud Boys other than just seeing them be against Antifa. From what I've seen about them, they seem pretty cool. They seem
they're good. Like, I know the Proud Boys
they're protective. You know, I've never really looked into them, but that's from what I've seen.
Here's the thing,
far.
Bob. Bob, I don't mean to interrupt you, Chrissy. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry, I did interrupt you, so go ahead. Sorry.
Shame on you.
My gosh. Bob was bad. Come on, man.
The Proud Boys are the gay. Just like the KKK is Democrat. Always has
been. You know what to do.
There we go.
There you go. All right. Go ahead.
This is what I do know. That the Proud Boys could this could be an option. This is something to consider, that maybe perhaps that sometimes they're trying to do is divide us. And the more that they divide us, so they divide us the left and the right?
Okay,
so now on the right,
you're saying they, meaning like the left, the American left, and the bad people.
Yeah, and then they can impose people to look like Proud Boys to divide us even more. I mean, look at us. I mean, the conservatives, we disagree on a lot of things, and so there's going to be fake news and fake media, and especially a group like the Proud Boys, they're going to be a target. You know what I'm saying? So
that's why, I don't know. I have to say, Bob was talking a lot about a lot of things that he seems to know a lot about. And if that is true, what he's saying again, then it's true. And we should account for that. However, that doesn't mean, there's a lot of things that start one way and end up a different way. So all I'm saying is, I guess, Bob, is that if that's all true, what the Proud Boys are now is they're people who have come and they've stood right beside me and other conservatives for free speech against the crazy left, Antifa, Muslim terrorists, communists, socialists, and they have been the only fault, I say, and honestly, part of me can't even fault them for this, is that, as they say, they're unapologetic Western chauvinists, meaning that they love the West and the ideals of the West, right? And that they defend it. So they fight for it because they're sick and tired of the crazy crap going on from Antifa on the left. And so they're taking it to them like all of us want to, but as Christians, we probably shouldn't, right? Because we're blessed are the peacemakers. So that's why they want, I know some Proud Boys, people I know that are just great conservative people. They're not as Christian as they could be, but they're tired. They're fed up. And they're just fighting back. They're like the counteroffensive against the left's violence. And yes, sometimes that means they get violent back in self-defense of this country, but I kind of respect that because we need some people that are willing to fight, that are willing to stand, that are willing to take it to these people, man, because the Department of Justice isn't just. The FBI is corrupt. The courts are corrupt. The
CIA.
Everything, man. So who's going to take it to these people? So, on one hand, I kind of thank God for them and others.
I got your answer. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, here's the deal. First of all, understand that it's the Care Foundation and Sunlight that is supporting all of these groups that make up Antifa. There is no Antifa group. It started out with anti-fascist organization Taylor, who was started up by Bob Avakian. Everybody knows all that, right? So the reality is, and I got I got the main group. I did a video on their main #1 group, by the way, just like last week. So to tell everybody who it is, what they're about, and how well organized they are. So they're being mainly organized by the globalists, but funded by the Muslims.
Antifa, no doubt.
What you got going on is they're doing that for Antifa, but now that there's no Proud Boys over there to rally against, everybody shut up. Let me give you another prime example of what I'm talking about. You got this gay guy that comes out of prison named what's his name?
Bubba. No, I'm just kidding.
No, Jose, Joe.
Stop it, Bob.
Joey Gibbs.
The squirrel
It's always
master.
gay guys. I mean, it's just coincidental, but every single one of these people are gay people that are the comments so far. And that doesn't say good things about my gay friends that I know. It says and they don't like it either. But here's the reality. Joey Gibson. So he starts up the Proud Boys.
I'm friends with Joey Gibson on Facebook and have been in person.
He's not even a Christian.
I was going to whoop somebody ass. That's my dude. I got his number.
Yeah. Go ahead, Bob. Go ahead.
Joey Gibson's not even a Christian, but he starts up a group called Patriot Prayer. It's the same thing with the Proud Boys pretending to be for the right, taking up for freedom of speech. But now we took out the Proud Boys. There is no attack on freedom of speech because
real quick, Bob, I have a question. Let's go through. I want to go through all this bit by bit. So you said he's not a Christian. How do you know that? What are you basing that off of?
I got videos showing him telling you that he's not a Christian, that he does not believe in God, that he, in fact, he's not Buddhist, he's not Islam, he's not.
But all of his I watch his live videos on Facebook all the time, Bob. I watch his live videos where he's always talking about God.
I've got, dude, in 2016, I showed proof videos before they deleted them off of Facebook. The man is not Christian. He's not even religious.
Dude, the views going up. They want to hear it. It's like, oh.
But see, I don't. I mean, again, though,
it's entitled it.
Listen, I don't know what videos are taken down that you have still or whatever, Bob, and you might have them again. But all I'm saying is, God will judge him if he's a hypocrite, right?
Stop it.
Yes, but this is not a religious topic. This is a political topic about fake groups. And you have to understand that as fake as the Proud Boys are, as fake as groups like his is, like Patriot Prayer, so fake.
But
why?
Steve,
wait, countless names of the same people that come along and they just don't stop, man.
I don't think they are fake. I think they're slightly misguided at times in the sense that, again, they're kind of like the Proud Boys, that they're a little more violent than a patriotic Christian group should be. But I mean, I don't know about this video that was deleted where he said he wasn't a Christian. Again, if it's deleted, you said you have it?
No, I redid the video. Hey, go watch this channel right here and watch that video on Joey Gibson. I've got the video where he points out now. And he says he does not believe in God. He is not Christian.
Can you show it to us?
Maybe. Let me go look. I can look it up. Hold on.
Hey, look.
Because if you have it, I'm just saying, this is what I do with everybody on both sides, because there's a lot of people who have a lot of stories about a lot of things that they might not actually know about, or maybe they do, but I have to ask the question, all right, you say you have a source.
I can always show it to you.
In my Uber guy,
I don't say nothing without proving it.
Because all I'm saying is, all right, we'll leave it at that, I guess, but I've seen him give speeches. I don't know why. He doesn't have anything to gain from going out and standing against these people.
He does. Yes, he has a lot to gain.
Well, besides maybe fame.
He has a lot to gain. That's where you're wrong. That is where you are so wrong. First of all, you have to understand. Okay, hold on. Let me pull up something here. Hold on. I'm going to show you something to explain this to you, to open your mind so you'll understand. Okay, I got to look for it, so y'all give me a second. Y'all go on and talk. I'm going to pull up my evidence for this.
Okay. My mind is narrow, by the way. See, the world is full of people telling everybody to open their minds, but when you open up your mind so much to everything, then I think it tends to get filled up with too much garbage, too. So what I'm saying is the Bible says follow the straight and narrow path, and that the truth is the way to go. So that's why I'm a seeker of truth, right? And that's the path I'm on. Everything else is nonsense. Everything else is roads that lead to destruction, you know? So if that's what you have, then I'm not coming down on you, Bob. I'm just challenging you like you should me and anyone should anybody.
Right.
You know? Because we have to get to the bottom of things.
Don't stop it, Bob.
Let me ask you this, Steve. Do you want to know what the best school you could ever in your life go to is for free?
The best school?
Yeah, the best, the very #1 political school in
Vacation
America,
Bible
the
School.
entire world. No, that's not it.
Well,
I like your
so.
answer, Steve. I'm rooting for Steve. Sorry, Bob.
Bob, people on here love you. All these views coming up.
like
When you start getting crazy, I got 10 more people watching. Oh, snap. Go ahead, Bob. Don't stop it, Bob.
Don't stop. Get it. Bob, with it.
Well, I'm trying to look at that damn video. I don't know where I put my notes because I got over 3,000 files. So,
Bob, do you do what I do, Bob?
Let me share this one with you. Let me share it.
Well, first, I want you to show me that video of Joey Gibson. I don't want to go off on a tangent. We can talk about other stuff too.
I'm looking it up right now.
Hey, Joey Gibson.
And I'm being pressed. So let me share this with you real quick first, Steve. Okay, Liberty Revival Alliance. Have you ever met Rich Black or David Fada?
No. Who are they?
Okay.
I just don't know who they are. I'm sorry. Who is it?
You didn't ask me who are they, did you?
Yeah, well, say it again.
Okay, so you kind of knew. You're kind of new over here. Okay,
maybe not. Say their name again. Rich. I don't think I have.
Liberty Revival Alliance.
Okay.
Liberty Revival Alliance. Have you ever heard of them?
I have not.
Okay, so you're not that new. Okay, Liberty Revival Alliance. Do you know their original name? Because their original name was Live Free or Die Alliance. The Live Free or Die Alliance changed their name to Liberty Revival Alliance in 2016. But do you know why?
I don't even know who they are, so how could I possibly know why? I have no idea.
You could if you ever watched my videos or heard from anybody who's watched my videos. Here's how you do it. Lane Acquisition Corporation is a corporation that buys other corporations in financial distress. Okay? Liberty Lane Acquisition Corporation also runs a nonprofit under Paul Montron, PhD, chairman of the founding partner. Have nonprofit. Some of their other nonprofit corporations that they own: Trail Corporation, Therapeutics, Quantrex Corporation.
What are you reading right now, Bob? Where are you reading this from? Can we read along with you? And what is your source on all this? And what is the end talking point?
Okay, let me finish. What you're gonna have to do is go back and watch the video and Google it, I guess. Because that's how I get all this information. I Google it. Okay, now watch this. Look up Liberty Lane Revival Alliance. You can look up all the corporations that they own. One sticks out among all others because I have researched every last single one of these. And let me count them. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Again, though, what are the sources that you've used in your research for this particular topic that you're speaking to?
I am the source.
You can't be the source. There has to be sources.
I can't be.
Unless you're a primary.
I'm going to prove it to you right here. Watch.
Okay, but real quick, Bob, are you a primary resource? Were you involved in these things? Because how could you possibly be the source yourself?
Yeah.
I'll show you those involved directly, and I'm proving it to you if you let me finish.
Okay.
Okay, Revlon Incorporated is 51% shares by Liberty Lane Acquisition Corporation. The rest of the force are 100% owned by the Muslims.
Yeah.
So Revlon is owned by, actually, you can look this up too. The Revlon was owned and ran by the CARE president. Go look up the CARE president, who was the CARE president or the CEO of CARE for 20 years. Go look up her name. Okay, that woman was in charge of CARE. Her daughter took it over, and after that, there was a man who approached Liberty Lane Acquisition Corporation named David Fada. David Fada went to Liberty Lane Alliance and got funded to start up a pro-Trump organization, in which he renamed from Live Free or Die Alliance to Liberty. I used to have this video. This is how I outed him in 2016, is with that video. I don't have the video anymore, but I used to. But it doesn't matter because you can still look it up. The thing is so that's why he changed the name from Live Free or Die Alliance, which was Antifa style group. But what he did, and it was going nowhere. He only had like 4 or 5, 8 members at the most. So he changed the name to Liberty Lane to Liberty Revival Alliance after the parent company of Liberty Lane Acquisition Corporation.
But Bob, again, real quick, if I could, okay? What's the source on this? What is, I guess, the point? And then also, if you're a primary source, how so? Like, I just want to establish credibility. I'm not saying you're not credible.
Two good questions. Let me answer those two questions. First of all, I'm the guy that put all this information together. Number two, I put this information together because all you got to do is look up Liberty Lane Acquisition Corporation.
Yes, but you put together, you put together, I have Word documents up the wazoo too, okay? So you put together information based on the research you've done. So what are the sources behind that research so we can determine whether they're trustworthy, B, it's a bunch of nonsense. And you said you're the primary source, so that would mean you're not the primary source, just to be clear. I'm just saying you actually did the research, but you're not the source that's providing that information that you're researching when you Google. Now, I can Google stuff right now, for example, on Donald Trump. Right. And when I Google search stuff on Donald Trump, the top search results for the top 4 pages are going to be fake news network nonsense. It's lies. So all I'm saying is I'd have to even know how you do research when you Google.
Let me direct you to the right place to go look. All you got to do is go to Liberty Lane Acquisition Corporation and look up their nonprofit and then look up through all of their videos. In fact, what you're going to get or just FOTA. Whenever that video pops up where he's going into their nonprofit, and at the time he went in the door and he goes into their nonprofit, the very next day he changed his name from Live Free or Die Alliance to Alliance.
Well, again, where am I going to look up this information?
That's why the name changed.
You said
he got funded from their nonprofit through a company that is Muslim-owned, and that is Revlon. And there's only one company that funds everything from the left and every single. Now, here's a piece of news you might not know, but I challenge everybody for the entire past 2 years to prove me wrong. In the past, one single woman's march against Trump anywhere in the world that was not either funded or organized by the CARE Foundation. You will not find a single one.
All right, here real quick, if I could.
With Live Free or Die Alliance, they funded them to be a fake right organization, just like the Proud Boys are.
All right, well, here's the thing.
Stop it, Bob. That's what I live for. I love it. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that.
Bob came after me before. He came after me. The first 4 videos, he made 4 videos about me, and I thought it was funny. He got Uber guy, Will Johnson. That's just Bob.
Yeah. Well, I had to go after you because you like to rub shoulders with the left, and that made who's who and to thin out the herd.
But you made videos about me before.
So I put Mo to the test of fire, but he's passed pretty good. I got to say, Mo's held up pretty good.
Much love. See, I look at you. I took you silly. Oh, guys, I don't take Bob seriously. But let's collaborate.
See, I can't call Mo fake. I can't sit here and tell you that Mo's being funded by the left. I can't tell you that Mo is working for Alex Jones, but I can say that about Will Johnson. In fact, I can prove it.
But I don't care if he is working for Alex Jones. I would work for Alex Jones too.
Well,
I'd work for Alex Jones.
But so what you're saying is you're gay.
No, that's not what I'm saying. How would that be what I was saying?
Wait a minute.
Where's the disconnect there?
You're not saying you're gay, but you're saying you're going to work for Alex Jones? Andrew Dice worked for Alex Jones, but do you know that Alex Jones has over 21 lawsuits against him for sexual innuendo?
So what? It's lawsuits. Do you know how many fake accusations that we've seen in the news from leftists pretending everyone sexually harasses them and touches them, and then it's all fake news?
Okay. Have you read his ex-wife's book? Have you read his ex-wife's book?
So
have you read Alex Jones' ex-wife's book? Alex Jones' ex-wife claims that
his ex-wife. All right, listen. Real quick, Bob. Listen. Alex Jones, his ex-wife, has been known to be more left-leaning, and she doesn't agree with what he's done. She doesn't like him. I don't know what Alex Jones did in his life. I don't know that he did X, Y, or Z, and I certainly don't know because his ex-wife wrote a book. Just because she writes something in a book, that doesn't mean it's true. I could go write a book, and I could put all things.
Did you not know that Alex Jones is also being sued for trying to entice his employees or force them to vote for Democrats Hillary on both times she ran for president?
Why would he do that? Why?
Oh, exactly. And that's easy to answer. That's an easy answer question.
Okay.
Alex Jones, quote, told them, either you vote for Hillary Clinton or you're probably going to be out of job because I'm not going to have any material to do shows about.
Of course he'd have material. Are you kidding me? Come on. That's nonsense, man. That doesn't even add up. Dude, look at what's going on when Trump was elected. Look at all the material that is out there right now. And everyone, if that was true, then the left wouldn't be losing their minds like they are. You know how much material he has right now?
Okay. That's a good argument, but let me back you up.
The only argument.
Hillary, at the time, Hillary was running against Obama, another Democrat. Obama got elected into office.
That was only on the Democrat
side. At the time, you heard a bunch of right-wing rhetoric about how human brains are being put into rats, which is not even possible, not even physical.
Where was that from? Where did you hear that?
On his channel. I watched all his conspiracy theory videos.
No, he talked about the fraud. He's a conspiracy theorist.
He actually said that in a video, dude. So please. But anyway, so then you got then Hillary's running against Sanders, and he did the same thing, tried to get Hillary elected.
Is there anybody who's genuine, Bob? Is everything a conspiracy? Is everybody guilty of something that we? Is everybody the total opposite that we thought they were? Come on.
Because Trump got elected, you want to say, well, look at all the materials has since Trump got elected.
I got a little Bob.
What happened if Sanders got elected? He wouldn't have had all that material.
Bob, listen, man. That guy has dedicated his life to exposing everything that I expose on a daily basis. I don't see that adding up. If it's the case, I need proof. Otherwise, it's just hearsay. It's just hearsay.
You say you need proof, but let me ask you this.
You haven't given me any concrete proof on any of this.
Okay, listen. No, wait. Let me ask you a question. That's fair. You said a statement. Let me ask you a question. Name one single time, because I've seen this a lot with Alex Jones. He always starts to show up with truth, and then he goes into conspiracy theory. And then he always says, I'm going to bust these people. I've got an inside informant with the CIA. Okay, so
he's actually more accurate than everybody. He's accurate.
That's what he says, right? Every time. But let me ask you this. Name one single freaking time Alex Jones has ever busted open a single truthful story.
What do you mean? He always talks about the
what do I mean? Name one single time
what about
he's ever
Stone? Stone works for
anybody
him.
in the Democratic Party.
Stone
he doesn't have to break a story to be telling the truth about a story.
Oh,
and I don't know. I'm sure he has. I'm sure he has.
Pardon my friend. He's never done a damn thing. He's full of shit.
What do you mean, Bob?
Alex Jones is full
this
of shit.
guy
That's what I mean.
had a channel. Listen, this is what I think of Alex Jones, real quick, and you can think whatever you want. You know, obviously you already have your mind made up.
Did you know that Huma Abedin worked for Sunlight?
Huma Abedin is a Muslim terrorist, infiltrator, treasonous woman. She has no business being anywhere else but in jail. Okay, that's who she is.
That's right.
End of story. Now,
but did you know that she worked for Sunlight?
I did not know. I want proof of all this. I don't know.
I'm the guy that found that information. How come Alex Jones didn't expose it?
There's no doubt.
$20 million a year. How come he couldn't find out that little simple piece? All you got to do is go look on there for every year. Everybody that's been
there's no doubt
who got paid by Sunlight, and then you'll know that she in fact worked for Sunlight.
There's no doubt.
It was because of me that she had to stop
working. There's no doubt that Muslims are trying to infiltrate this nation.
Down on her because it's illegal. Did you know that? I am the guy that found out that she worked for Sunlight.
All right. Bob.
You're the guy who found out. So what do you? Where did you? I need to know how you found out everything. You're the primary source for everything.
All you got to do is go look up for any particular year. You can Google, like, for example, Sunlight Foundation. I forgot the word I used to find her. Hold on, let me think. This is a good discussion, by the way. what do you call people? Advisor, Sunlight Foundation advisor.
Okay, all right, Bob.
Like
listen, hit me out real quick, Bob. We could go off and talk about 50, Bob. We could talk about 50 million things and things that we don't have actual proof about, and you could be the primary source for all of them, and we could do it all night. All I'm saying is this: back to the point of what we were talking about, Joey Gibson video, right?
Fake.
You don't have the proof. You're not establishing credibility on this video right now by telling us that you have something that you haven't shown us. Yes, it's not about. It doesn't mean I don't love Bob. And no, I'm not homosexual for saying that.
No. I got proof. I got videos showing you.
Show it.
You gotta go look at my videos.
So show it.
Where you at, Chrissy?
Well, I'll go back and look at my videos in a minute, find that video for you. But I'm trying to find on YouTube, but I can't remember how I found it. But
I think Bob has a lot of things to say, and I think Steve is correct too. It's like, if we're going to be talking about something, let's talk about one thing, and let's bring our resources.
Yes.
And and move to the next subject.
Right. This is the problem. This is Christy. You're right. I mean, this is the problem, right? And I'm not, again, Bob, I'm not even attacking you. I'm just being real with you, right? If you want to be real.
Yeah, I'm with you, brother. I believe me. But what I'm telling you is just go look down to my videos to see the videos of what I'm telling you.
But you made a video talking about stuff, and I'm asking you for a couple of resources on a couple of things, and you haven't provided them. You said, I'm the primary source. I popped all this off myself. Did you make it up? Did you actually find out? I don't know.
Well, on this one here, what I'm trying to do, let me go in and find my videos. Okay, let me go find that video.
Take your time, find the Joey Gibson video. All I know is I go from my primary experience. It doesn't mean there's stuff I don't know, Bob. I'm not saying that I'm the smartest person on the face of the planet.
You just need to know something you can look at to see what the truth is.
Exactly. Right. So, but all I know is from what I've experienced, being someone who spoke in D.C., spoke in Boston, stood against Antifa, met the Proud Boys, friends with some of them on Facebook. I think they even asked me to join, and I didn't because of the fact that they're a little too aggressive. And I do mean a little because some part of me agrees with them. As much as the Christian side is like, don't beat on these people, but they deserve it. I mean, God will be the judge, but at the same time, let's face it, if there's going to be all this crap going on in these end time days that we're living in, I know everyone doesn't like talking Bible, then people are going to have to make a choice. There's going to be fights.
Come on. See, I'm not trying to be serious right now. I'm not. That's why I was letting y'all talk the last couple of hours, because I do my rant in the morning, but are y'all ready for a quick 2-minute rant right now? Are y'all ready for this? I don't even give a
Hell yeah, bring it on.
Break it up.
Right? But I don't understand something. Why would people stand for something that don't stand for you? You know what I'm saying? Like a Democratic Party, they don't stand for unborn babies' lives.
Yeah.
That's right.
Stand for that. And that's what irritates me. But even though that irritates myself, I don't get mad over people's opinions because I feel that they don't know. So I won't get triggered off their opinions. Even though I know they don't know what the hell they're talking about. I look at them. They support an abortion, call it a Christian, and vote Democratic Party. I look at them as in a Jesus mindset and said, forgive them, Father. They know not what they do. That's the mentality that I've been having lately, because it's their views, but they don't come at us like, forgive them, Father. They know what they do. They're like, they don't know nothing.
You know what I think?
White supremacists.
You know that verse, forgive them, Father, they know not what they do? That was when Jesus was dying on the cross. Yes. And they crucified him, right? He was saying to God, forgive them. They don't know I'm the Son of God. They don't know that they're wrong.
Come on.
But, I always wonder about that. That's a powerful verse, right? Because if you apply that to everyday life, sometimes we're supposed to forgive regardless of whether they know what they're doing or not. And no matter what they do.
That's why I don't race baits. That's why I don't look at this past and the slavery days. That's why I don't look at that.
Right, but at the same time, sometimes they do know what they do, and they just refuse to accept the facts, and they push their opinion.
No, I think they don't know what they do. It's people that don't know what they do.
There are some, yeah.
And there's some people that there's some people who know exactly what they do and have every intention
yes,
of doing
but they
it.
really don't know, even though they know exactly. I don't think y'all know what I'm getting at with this.
I do, Mo.
No,
Mo, you got spunked, Mo.
Right now.
You got spunked, bro.
Woo!
I like it. I dig.
Ooh, don't get me started.
Listen, man, all I know is
my temperature is high right now because my blood pressure get up when I rant.
I just don't want, Bob, the only reason why
I'm hot. I really am hot. If y'all see me, I talk about I'm really hot when I rant. Try not to. That's why I do it only in the morning.
I just think there's too much misinformation. I think that Google gives you results to lead you a certain way. It doesn't mean that everything on Google's that way. But again, right now, you guys have to account for the fact that everything that you research on Google is going to be liberal, left, globalist, Muslim, communist, socialist leaning. And it's all the top results. Okay? It's just the way it is. So I hope that whoever's doing research isn't just clicking the first link or the second link or the advertisement up top for whatever they're searching for. You should be smart enough to know what sources are trustworthy. Like even Fox News example, right? They're not even as trustworthy as they used to be. Now they're bought out by Disney. They're owned by the Murdochs.
Yes.
And now, I mean, they're pushing all this leftist crap lately. If you go to their website, it doesn't even look like old Fox News. It's like CNN.
It is.
It's watered down talking points, and that's all it is.
Yeah,
but the thing, and two, like even if the source is trusted, there's things that I've said on here that weren't correct, not because I was trying to persuade or deceive anybody. It was just information that it was my opinion, and actually my opinion has changed since then. And then, but it's not because I'm intended; it's because I just got the wrong information.
Yeah, but that's fine because that doesn't ruin your credibility, right? Like if you are in the news, even you're the biggest organization, and you have to retract something, sure, overall it hurts your score, right? But the fact is people know that you're honest if you make a mistake and that your intentions are in the right place if you're a good network or a good person. And it doesn't mean nothing and no one in this world is perfect. So we can't.
Yeah, and that was my point. Is even though my intentions are good, sometimes I'm wrong. So like, even if I get information from somebody I trust or I like, I'm gonna verify it.
Yeah. You got your sassy ass. Hey, Chrissy is a sassy ass. That's what she's sassy.
Well, thank you. I would take that
sassy.
as a compliment.
You got hope she like cutthroat with it. I'm cutthroat with it. You more like you scoop on like, I got you. I can't with the facts, and I'm gonna cut your throat too. Bob come out Bob come with the comedy, and he do research too. Respect.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'll tell you. Until I see some proof of everything, I don't believe.
How many outside of Christy and Mo? How many outside of Christy and Mo knew that Khashoggi fella that was killed in Saudi Arabia on Fox News? He owned 20%.
You're breaking up, bro. You're breaking up a little, bro.
The guy Khashoggi. Okay, I'm talking about Khashoggi.
We're on Khashoggi now.
There he go again.
Yeah,
I can tell you about Khashoggi.
Saudi Arabia.
Hey, hold on a second. I'm live.
There's something going on with Khashoggi. First of all, his family is linked up in armed cells. So his uncle died. I don't know. They say I have reports saying he died in the 80s. I have reports saying he died like 2 months ago. But they're all in that corrupt. And I believe Deep State killed him because he was going to talk. That's what I believe.
But did you know that he owns 17% of Fox News and all the rest of it he owned interest in? Because all those fake news media like Al Jazeera, MSN,
Al Jazeera is a Muslim untrustworthy news network.
ABC. In fact, the guy owned part of one of the Russian news syndicates, and he owned many others. the guy Kasaji was 100% fake news, except for Fox News. He owns 17% of Fox News. So he has a large amount of say-so in Fox News. He's a billionaire who totally invested in the mainstream media all the way around the clock. In fact, he's had business ties and investments with the Rockefeller and the Bloomberg media. He also owns 20% of Bloomberg Media, which he did. He's dead now, but his family owns it now. So you got to understand the guy is 100% globalist. So you got to ask you a question. How come Fox News has never gone after the CARE Foundation? How come they have never gone after the Sunlight Foundation or any of the other 50 Muslim organization nonprofits in America? Because Tucker Carlson in 2015 took money from the Sunlight Foundation. That's a fact. Many of them, they're all nobody. There's only two people in the Fox News that are main contributors that are Republicans, and that's Janine Pirro and Hannity. And outside of that, all the rest of them are what? They are what you call the Libertarian Party, which in 2009 gave what we now call the liberalists in America, from California, which by America. So what you're looking at here is a company that, based after they thought there was damn money in it, they'd be going after Trump like the ones that went right, and they got rich off of it. For them, it's about money. That's why is their fact. I mean, it's a good news agency for what they cover, but you have to realize there are things that they will not cover because of the money flow.
Well, this is why the mainstream media is a problem, though. Is this is why alternative media is so wonderful? Is that everybody runs to post stuff on social media, and it's so real and it's so live and it's so true that there's no stopping it, and they hate that because they want to put a twist on it, whatever network it is. I mean, Fox used to be conservative, which in my opinion isn't a twist. That's just more giving people the facts because, again, there's morality behind conservatism and godliness. And that doesn't enable us to be liars and deceivers. That's not who we are. It's not, if we are, then we're not who we say we are, and then that's wrong too. I'm not saying that Christians can't be, sinners too, but they do all the time. Actually, we sin all the time. But yeah, you gotta, if people still trust the mainstream media, I mean, you're living a lie and you're being deceived.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like for Fox, for example, from what I understand, Rupert Murdoch he controls the corporation, but Saudi Prince Ali bin Talal, he's the second largest shareholder in the company.
Yeah, and I tell
video.
Well,
I tell people.
And I think, I mean, because if you look at it, it's. I mean, I like Fox News. I listen to it when I'm doing something else just to kind of be abreast of what's going on. But at the same time, I know I'm only getting a limited amount. And if you watch it all,
certain things are better than others on there. Like Judge Janine Pirro, she's good. Hannity, good. Tucker Carlson, I like a lot of what he says. Shepard Smith, can't stand him. So it's like pick your poison or pick your.
Five.
The 5 is I don't know, that's all right, but I mean sometimes I think they're too PC.
It's not all right. The 5 is run by
Williams is a joke.
The 5 is run by the Libertarian Party.
Exactly. Well,
can I ask y'all something?
16.
Can I ask y'all something? I hear liberals a joke. Which liberal is a joke? But I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. You got rhinos in the office. You got rhinos there, and you got conservative snowflakes too, because I got one conservative
Senator Fake
that I want to knock his ass out. I'm being honest, because the dude, it's the stuff is real. How people don't want to come. See, I try to see the good in everybody, even if you're even if you're a liberal or conservatives. You got people kind of like this.
But you can try to see it, but it doesn't make it there. It doesn't mean it's there, right? Sometimes
I see it, but I won't mess with you. You can't hang with me. You cannot be in my circle. You cannot be in my space.
I mean, this is what I tell people. God loved everybody, and you should love everyone, but he doesn't make everyone his disciple, who are his boys, so to speak. Those are his boys. So
my mother and then my brothers are the ones who hear and obey God's word.
Yep. And God made heaven hard to get into for a reason. He only wants the good people there. He doesn't want everybody there. He's not trying to spend an eternity with all these people who are the very same people we have to spend 80-something years or whatever, on this planet with. So, let's face it, there's judgment, there's consequences. And part of the consequences for being a bad person is good people don't want to talk to you. It doesn't mean that we hate you. It just means that we're kind of not liking what you're doing. Not you, but just what you're doing. And it needs to stop. And if it's not going to stop, what else are we supposed to do? What else are we supposed to say, right? We're not going to play pretend here, right?
Yep.
Right.
Can't hate nobody. Can't hate nobody.
No. Like the Muslims, right?
Yeah.
I have a massive problem with the Muslims. Okay. I do not hate them because they're just deceived by the devil himself. They really believe that twisted ideology, and they think it's okay to go and kill everybody and pretend they're going to go to heaven and, have mansions and virgins. That's just not what heaven's like. Maybe mansions, but no, it's not about sex and virgins and killing people to get there. That's not holy. There's nothing holy. They're just crazy, deceive people. So, I don't.
Yeah.
People always get mad at you when you speak out against Islam. They say you have a phobia. I'm like, if I had a phobia, I wouldn't speak out about any of these things, whether homosexuality, Islam, liberals, right? You don't have a phobia because you disagree and you know something's wrong and you have the guts to speak about it. You don't have a phobia.
I love Muslims. I really do. I've worked with them. I know a lot. I have a lot of them are my friends. I live in an area where there's a concentration of Muslims, and a lot of them are just lost. They just don't understand and what they've been, is so deeply enrooted in them.
You gotta be careful with that too, though, Chrissy, because hear me out on that, because here's the thing. A lot of people claim to be Muslims that don't even know what the Quran teaches, right? They might be good people. They might be peaceful people.
I'll be back.
Okay.
Me and Steve got it.
Yeah, we got this. They might be peaceful people, right? But that's only because they're following Islam. I tell these people, if you're a peaceful person and you're really not okay with that stuff, then you need to turn from that and you need to follow Jesus, because he's the only real God there is. He's the way, the truth, and the life. And all this stuff is nonsense. And if you're really peaceful, this is the religion of peace, is Christianity, not Islam. And you don't know about your own Quran, and it's concerning because, but the thing is lastly, I'll say this, is Taqiyya teaches them to lie and deceive and wage jihad by way of doing that. And so what they do is they often come in peace, or they pretend to, and they deceive people like yourself into thinking they're nice and they're friendly and that they're just ignorant on the Quran, when really they know exactly what it says. They give their tithes, so to speak, to the Muslim mosques that goes to fund terrorism every year. So they know exactly what they're doing a lot of times too.
Oh, yeah. Wait, hold on, Bob. Yeah, no, I totally understand, because in the Quran, it actually promotes what you just said. That is taught in the Quran.
You can't really trust any Muslim for that reason. Even if you wanted to, it's like, how can I trust you when you say you're a Muslim and you identify with that stuff? That's not me doing that. That's you. I can't trust that. I can't trust you. I can't let you come into my home or my neighborhood and think, oh, you're a decent person. What? No. That'd be self-destructive and idiotic, and that's.
Oh, and too, I look as Islam as not a religion, but an ideology that is destructive and a terrorist, activity. But for the most part, for the people out here, because I did humanitarian work for, Middle Eastern countries, and people, they're just lost. They especially it seems like the second generation, or the people that were brought here when they were kids and lived in the United States, they don't go to the mosque anymore. They drink all the time.
Maurice Duck is back.
They're apostates, they're hypocrites, they're people who don't actually follow the faith, and thank God for that in this case, although they shouldn't be doing what they do, because they still will go to hell, right? If they're doing those
exactly.
things. So,
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
Are you
it's
ready?
sad because I see the people that come here, like the true refugees and stuff like that. They're actually very respectful, some of them, and then the ones that have been here for quite a while, they're swarmy.
Okay, I found a video. Are y'all ready?
Of Joey Gibson?
Yeah.
I'm ready.
This ain't my video either. My video, I had a hard time finding it, so I just looked up his video.
We got Bob right here.
Can you play it on your phone and then put the phone up to the thing so we can see it too?
Well, I'm going to do you better. I'm going to tell you where to go find it on Fox News, where he says he's not religious.
Yeah, no, but wait. All right, no, wait.
I'm not religious.
No, hold on.
I don't like
Not being religious, Bob. Not being religious is different than not being a Christian. The Bible says it doesn't like religion.
Hold on. You can't be a Christian if you're not religious.
Yes,
he
you
does
can.
not believe in
That's
God.
not true. See, that's not true.
That's the whole
No, it
point
isn't.
of Jesus.
No, it isn't. The Bible is about relationship with Jesus.
Exactly.
Okay, it may be. No. It's about relationship with God because Jesus is God.
But it's not religious.
But it's not religion. Religion is false gods created by the devil to distract you away from Jesus Christ. That's the difference. People don't understand.
There is no misinterpretation here where he says he's not religious.
No, but that's a different thing.
There is
I'm
no
not
ifs, ands, or
religious.
buts about this video.
The Jews was religious.
I'm not religious.
What Joey
I'm a
Gibson
Christian.
is saying in this video is he does not believe in a God.
Well, that's different.
Okay, I'm going to give you the name of the
You said
video. You
religious.
go look it up
Stay on
and
subject,
watch it
Bob.
yourself. It's on Fox News.
Okay.
Let me stop it, Bob.
The name of the video is called Patriot Prayer Rally Organizer Says He Is Not Religious.
Do you have the link?
Apostrophe, not white supremacist, hyphen, I'm Japanese.
Yes,
okay.
not religious.
Patriot
Not
Prayer
religious. Did he say?
Organizer Says he's not religious.
In this video, he says there's not a God? He doesn't believe in a God, I mean? He doesn't have faith in a God?
Go watch it and you tell me.
Okay. So that's why I'm saying, what's the link?
Melissa, stop it, Bob.
YouTube, KTVU. And keep in mind, keep in mind, this is the third video I've seen of him saying this. The other two are on his Facebook page.
So can I ask you a question? If you've already watched the video, and you can be honest with us, I can go search it out and watch it too. Did he say that he doesn't believe in God?
I love that.
Sorry.
Bob got muted?
Yeah, I can't unmute him.
He got unmuted himself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think Bob, you muted yourself. Why would you do that? You're silencing yourself.
All you got to do is look. Put you on timeout. It's up for you. Like, I'm gonna get together. I'm gonna put that. Look, I'm putting the mic back on. All right.
Well, all right, real quick. I don't know why that happened, but it definitely wasn't me.
I know why it happened.
but this is what I'm saying. Again, so this is what I'm saying, Bob. First, you told me that he said he wasn't a Christian.
He's still talking. Sorry.
Yeah. Right, well, first he said that he wasn't a Christian. Then he said that he didn't believe in that he wasn't religious. Then it turned into I don't believe in any gods. Which is it? Which is it, Bob? I mean, this is what I'm saying about people in general. This is all I'm saying. I'm not being cruel. I know I sound like a mean person. I get it, okay? But look past that and look at what I'm saying about things. You got to look at the facts. This dude, until I see him say, I'm not a Christian, I denounce Jesus Christ, I'm not a Christ follower, or I don't believe in a God, that's pretty concrete if you say, I don't believe in a God, right? But why in the world would someone who doesn't believe in a God form a group Patriot Prayer? I mean, unless there's something sinister. I don't know.
I think maybe there's a He's gonna go get.
Where did he go?
He's got tools to go
disappeared.
His volume.
Look, he got more tall boy. Hey, let Bob get his.
I know you're disagreeing, but I don't want you to disappear.
He out of beer.
Oh.
No,
I think drinking tall boys all day long. He'd do like 5 or 6 hour long videos.
I think Bob, he's confusing religion with Christianity.
That's the thing. That's the other thing.
I'm the I hate religion. I hate religion. Religion causes war. You do not add or take away from the Bible. And that's what religion does. It adds some man-made doctrine up and just takes away from God and the relationship.
For all the people watching who don't understand how we could possibly say that Christianity is not a religion because you've been conditioned to believe that all different religions are, Christianity, Islam, Judaism, Hinduism, all that is just labeled by the world as being one category. Of course, the devil would have you believe you can believe in anything you want. And everything's just into one category of religion. And there's many paths to heaven. That's exactly what he wants. But Christianity stands alone. It's not all of that. All of that is false. It's fictitious. It's false idols. It's false gods. And you can say I'm narrow-minded, and you have the right. You have free will. But on Judgment Day, we're all going to find out when we meet our Maker. Bob, are you talking again? Did you unmute yourself?
Hinduism carries a lot in connection with the Christian faith. The Hinduism, in fact, has a direct lineage to Noah's Ark. So how are you going to tell me that Hinduism is totally set apart from Christianity when in fact it's not?
No, I didn't say there's not similarities in teachings. Doesn't mean everything that they teach in every other ideology is not right. Meaning there's certain things that they teach that Christians
are a lot different too.
Watch this shit.
No, but the core thing is that they do not believe that Jesus Christ came, died for our sins, and is the Son of God. I mean,
they just think he's a nice prophet. That's it.
Yeah, or they believe in some Dalai Lama or some four-armed person.
They don't teach it, but that doesn't mean they don't believe it.
What do you mean? Why wouldn't they teach it if they believe it?
Because their faith takes them in a different type of spirituality into
there is no different type. There's good and there's wrong. There's good and bad.
Let me ask you this, Steve. Let me ask you this. Who is Jesus Christ?
Yes.
Dude, I'm driving.
Who is the Son of God? Being a separate entity, or is he God?
Wow, I got your baby mom on here.
I couldn't hear you. What's that, Bob?
I'm driving, y'all. What the hell?
My question is, who is Jesus Christ? Is Jesus Christ God, or is he a separate entity being the Son of God?
He is the Son of God. He is God. There's God the Father, there's God the Son, and there's God the Holy Spirit, the Holy Trinity. The Bible doesn't mention Trinity, but it does speak about those three being God in different forms. God in spiritual form, God in human form, and God the Father in heaven.
Where do you get that? You get that from the second book of Kings, where God says,
"Stop it, Bob!"
In the prediction of the coming, and said, "I am your only God."
Hey, Bob!
You broke up, Bob. Say it again.
I hope it's on here now.
Before
I'm driving.
Bob, shut up. Let me calm down.
In the second king, that he will be.
All right, now I can't hear you at all, Bob.
Oh, Hope's on here. I didn't mean that.
Is anyone else having trouble hearing Bob?
Yeah.
Relationship.
Right.
He's like, "Hey, Hope in the house."
What's up, Hope?
Listen,
Hey, Bob.
this is important, and I'm glad we're talking about this. And even you, Bob, everybody should be able to do just what we're doing.
You're
right?
from California and you hate white folks.
Who said that? Who hates white folks?
Now, because you're one of those guys, but you also have to take into consideration that Joey Gibson grabbed a guy's butt.
Oh my God. What in the world is going on?
Almost trying to take
what the hell, nigga?
So what happens is when you find a subject,
and
when you have a subject and you have good talking points and it doesn't line up with Bob, he changes the subject.
I know. Here's the thing: is like, I just don't understand. What?
He talked about Joey Gibson.
Go ahead, talk. I'm inviting a special guest on here right now.
You should get Joey Gibson on here for a second follow-up show where we have Joey Gibson to say exactly what and who he is.
I'm gonna call that person number. I'm gonna call. I said, Joey, get your ass on here, man.
I mean, it is California time where he's at, right? I think
it's only 10 o'clock here.
So he might be around. He might.
Hey.
Yeah,
that would make for a good morning show.
Bob, you're cutting out constantly. We want to hear what you're saying, but we can't.
Stop it, Bob.
Stop it, Bob. Mo, you funny, man. No, Bob, you keep cutting out for real, though. We're trying to hear you.
I said Bob Jones versus Joey Gibson live on the Mo Show.
Are we talking about a celebrity death match or something? What are we talking about?
No. Me versus Joey Gibson and his atheist ass.
Oh, you keep cutting out, so I don't know. I get bits and pieces. I heard one person versus another. I'm like, are they going to box? Are they going to wrestle? Or?
So you're saying
Joey
Gibson is atheist?
Joey Gibson?
Yeah, that's what
he's atheist.
He's not atheist. He's not. That's why I don't.
I don't believe he's atheist. I don't. I'm sorry.
Can I get
okay? What other
cheese?
Oh, can you get me a Diet Coke?
That's atheism.
And get me extra pickles. Don't forget extra pickles.
Yeah, get me some. I need some food. I'm broke. Hey, I need food, man.
I need some nigga pickles. Nigga pickles.
Oh, come on.
I call watermelons nigga pickles.
Hope, is that why you scared me? Because
Bob, you didn't say you like those pickles too, did you?
Toes. I just saw through. Why boy used the word nigger toes?
I heard pickles make you gay.
I heard they help when you have a baseball game or something to have energy. All right, so
now I'm hungry. Thanks, Hope.
I'm hungry too.
Hold on, I'm getting
you come down here. We're going to the winery. I'm gonna spit on you.
Bob is in the space. Why, Bob? Your voice.
Hold this getting up. Hey, look, we need some raw and uncut Hope on here today. I swear, I saw.
Hey, we're gonna spend. I
swear.
She ain't gonna want to move back.
See, you are romantic, Steve.
Hey, Ho, Gina had made a video earlier and talked about dots. That video is off the chain today. What Gina and them, she made a video called Dots. Like 10 minutes, like these damn dots. And I'm like, what the I said, Gina, you gonna get flagged. It's like she get flagged for real.
Like connect the dots.
She gonna get flagged in about the day for that video. It's like she do it on purpose, get flagged. But she don't care.
Hey, Hope, I got a question for Hope.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a wife?
Did you like me singing?
Stop it, Bob.
Bob.
I'm just
I love it when you say that. It's just funny. Nothing against you, Bob.
Never dated a white guy. So I gotta ask. Have you ever dated a white guy? What brought you out of Compton as a non-racist, but being in Compton, you were racist and hated black people? Hated white people.
As close to dating a white guy dated.
Bob, you're cutting out again.
He mixed white and black.
Oh, so you ain't never dated a real white guy like albino like me?
No, I only dated a mixed one before.
Stop it, Bob.
Stop it, Bob. I knew it was coming.
But he looked white.
You date Steve? Steve's a good-looking guy. Would you date Steve?
I'm ugly. Don't listen to him. He doesn't know what you're talking about.
I was gay. I'd be hitting on him.
Steve, according to the chat room, you're pretty hot. So
I'm straight like an arrow.
Christy says you're a hot guy. You're young and handsome.
Thank you. I have my days.
Those two thick skin on it tonight.
Here we go with this.
I'll bet if Joey Gibson was in here, he would be steadily
Stop it, Bob.
He'd be like talking about what's that behind you? Can you go walk up there and point at that thing? Because Joey want to take a look at your buttocks, son.
You are not looking at my buttocks. You stay away from my buttocks.
Oh my word.
The honesty policy just joined. That's a creepy picture.
That is creepy.
Oh, let me choke my beer.
The dealio with that.
But he'd be telling you to turn around and go walk to the wall. He wants to know what there at the wall, pointing at stuff. And he'd be checking out that butt, boy. Hey, that's a nice ass. What do you think there?
Stop it, Bob.
What's that guy's name that broke the stick?
It never gets old, Bob.
Steve Man Kyle Chapman. He be talking about what do you think about that ass?
I like Kyle Chapman. I've met him too. I'm friends with him as well.
Okay, you met Kyle Chapman, but that whole stick thing where he broke that stick over the guy's bicycle helmet.
That was awesome. Did you say it was fake?
It was a three-stick team.
You keep breaking up, Bob.
Yeah, Bob.
It was.
All right.
It was a Three Stooges comedy routine.
Type it in the chat, Bob.
Hey, who's new here, right? Hey, make yourself known.
What?
Mo.
Who's new in
Mo,
here?
turn up my volume deal so he can hear me.
Hey.
Somebody
honesty.
Bob.
Welcome to honesty.
Hey, honesty.
Welcome.
Tell everybody about yourself. You on here. Tell everybody.
And hope. No fuma.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, I met you on Twitter. You the Twitter chick. Hey, Twitter. Hey, Twitter in the house.
Who's the honesty?
There she go right here.
How come you don't want to say anything to honesty? We'll give her. She's just getting accustomed to the whole thing here. She'll get warmed up. She'll say something soon when she's ready.
Hey, honesty, say something.
Come on, you can do it. All right, maybe not. For now.
You be on Twitter. Stop.
I was trying to be nice.
Her volume's off.
She left now. She just wanted to. I don't know. Well.
All right. Next.
Oh well. Bye.
There go home.
I would treat Hope so good she'll never.
Man, I'm getting old. I'm getting hairy eyebrows, like big fat eyebrows. You getting that, Mo?
It's the Italian in you.
I know.
Hairy Negro in me. I got
hairy back.
My hair getting nappier.
Nappier. I can't comment.
Hey, what's up, Hope?
That's the sunglasses. Hey.
Yeah, get the shade. Everybody get shade.
What's on your mind, Hope?
Huh?
What's on your mind?
French fries.
Now, question here, Hope. Mo sunglasses,
what's on your
sunglasses,
mind?
or my sunglasses?
I wear my sunglasses at night, so I can. That's all I know.
So you can see. So I can see.
So I can see. What?
Something.
I got my sunglasses.
Karaoke.
I wear those my late night, my new tradition.
I got $100 lens in my sunglasses. I can see day or night.
Hey, Hope driving though. Hope driving.
Would you get us, Hope? Hello?
Hope.
Oh, Hope.
I'm gonna move out there with Hope.
Huh?
You like Hope?
I'm gonna move out there with Hope.
He like it. He like, hey.
Bob.
After I have my build a wall party here on the border, when the wall gets built, Hope's gonna be like, no, you gotta move back home with me, baby. In 2020, there's gonna be a little baby, Hope Bob, Trust the Bob baby being born.
Bob.
In 2020, there's gonna be a little baby, Hope Bob, Trust the Bob baby being born.
Stop it, Bob. Yo.
Hey, Mo.
Yo.
Mo.
Somebody got echo on.
You know I got. Hey, Mo. You know I got to say something.
All right. Oh, it's hurting my ears.
What you say?
Is everybody on?
Yeah.
Yeah, we on.
Steve got muted.
Somebody break.
Oh, he had the echo on?
Mo, so you remember about that friend I told you about, right?
Yeah.
Mo.
Yeah.
You remember I told you about my friend work at the hospital, took care of 3 illegals, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
I'm trying to tell you, there is some truth to that dude. She was like, with him and shit. And they was Mexican too.
Oh my God. That's crazy.
Are you sure they weren't Muslim?
I'm so how no. They sneaking
Oh, we can't hear you.
All right, wait a minute, y'all. I'm in my garage.
Yeah, her garage always do that. Trust me.
Yeah, let her get out the garage and tell her to repeat what she was saying.
Don't stop it, Bob.
Steve, hold down on your picture, and then you'll see your mute button come up, and then press the unmute button.
I'm gonna have Hope wearing this hat right here.
that dude love you.
That's my buddy.
I'm gonna wrap this around her, and I'm gonna buy like 2 American flags and have them make a dress just for her out of the American flag.
Bob's my friend, y'all.
Steve, can you find your mic? Hit your mic.
Did I do it?
You did it. We can hear you now.
Cool. Yeah, I didn't realize they had both videos playing at the same time. I was trying to play just the Sunglasses at Night song, but I had this live feed going too.
Yeah.
Oh, so you can play the Sunglasses at Night, but you don't want to look up go.
You know what I was thinking? No, I probably shouldn't even do that or play ZZ Top like someone in the chat room said, because then it's copyright infringement. They always get you with that.
Yep.
Forgot
Not
my bad.
if you don't play it past 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the way it works?
Really?
I didn't know
I
that.
was playing some.
Go watch my videos, and I play. Yes. There's a 30-second federal law. They play them on my videos.
Who is that?
Christy.
You blaming Christy? Was that you, Mo?
No, I see
Christy
ass.
That's not
Christy,
me.
no.
That was Bob.
Me.
Stop it, Bob.
Stop it, Bob.
Hey, hey, do not pass that 30 seconds, about 28 seconds.
Does that mean I can play some ZZ Top?
If you play it less than 30 seconds.
All right.
If it goes 31 seconds, they will in your video put you in a 90-day suspension for copy. Don't remove the music off your video or delete the video.
All right, so listen, y'all. It's important.
Speak on the Hope.
Arizona, the Mexicans here, they getting jobs with border. They're getting jobs with border control, right?
I'm gonna mute this. Hold on. Okay, go ahead.
Mute that. Let Hope. Go ahead.
Look, so the Mexicans here are getting jobs with border patrol, right? And they sneaking illegals over here.
Bob, wait, we gotta hit Hope. Stop it, Bob. All right.
Y'all heard me?
No.
So you said the Mexicans are getting
jobs with border patrol and sneaking illegals over here.
You know that for a fact, huh?
Yeah.
You seen it? Or how do you know?
Well, we online, you know. I can't really say much.
Okay.
Mo know what I'm talking about. Mo, text it to him real quick.
Yeah. We text to you, man. No, I don't got your number. I just got your No, I'll text you on Google Hangouts.
Yeah, text him the friend name. You know.
Hey, can you send me a friend request on Hangouts too, if you could? I don't even know how to use that thing yet. I only know how to do is accept your call when you have me join. But
yeah, see, I don't want to get my friend in trouble because she's not supposed to disclose that shit. You know.
All right. Well, I understand that.
I speak on it too much, but it's true.
Well, I believe it.
Illegals over this month, huh?
I believe it.
Because the hospital she work at, right? The hospital she work at, she work in Phoenix, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now our border here in Arizona is all the way out freaking Tucson and Yuma. Those are 2 hours to 3 hour drives. So why would Border Patrol bring them all the way from out, skip past Mesa and Tempe, two different hospitals that's only an hour away from Tucson and Yuma, and drive a whole 2 to almost 3 hours all the way down to almost in Peoria?
Yeah, if that's going on, that's some sketchy stuff right there. I wouldn't doubt it either. But it sounds like you have a source, you can't provide it. That's there's nothing I can say that because I was just giving Bob some crap earlier. You weren't on yet, but I don't think about like making sure we have sources for any information that we're going to talk about. But I mean, if you can't disclose it, that doesn't mean that it's not true. I've kind of
She
like,
would be the direct source because she's.
yeah,
That's
you
crazy.
can't. Yeah, that's
I
crazy.
can't
If that's going on.
disclose my friend because I can't get her. I don't want to get her in trouble.
Right. No, I hear you. I just
Hope,
Fighting me on this, you know.
Hope, can you talk louder or something? People are saying
Can
they
y'all
can't hear
me?
you.
I hear you, Fels. I hear you. Where's it? You got
but I can't disclose that, because
well,
I
yeah,
can't
that's
put her
messed up.
name.
I mean,
I can't put her name out there like that. You know what I'm saying? Or which hospital she at and stuff. Because I don't want to get
I
her in
wouldn't doubt
trouble.
it one bit. But the question is do they know about it? And if they do know about it, because you would think that our intelligence agencies, they're more than capable of knowing that kind of information, would know about it and stop it. And if they're not stopping it, then why? Especially when Trump's being hard on the border and keeping it safe and secure more so than say a liberal would, right? That's the question I would have there, right?
But also the other thing is we have our military there. I mean, our military is pretty much. I mean, that would be hard to get kind of past the military while they're there. But depends on where the military is at exactly. I know that there's a lot in California. I know there's some in Texas, but I don't know if there's any in Arizona at this time. Do you know, Hope?
No,
they're
they ain't
there.
over here.
They're
Our
there.
border is open. It's extremely open.
Oh wow.
We need them here.
Yeah, I mean, we gotta stop this. I mean, listen, this is what I said the other day on a video I made. It's like this, okay? If you're an invading force, what are you? You're somebody who is gonna come, and you're gonna come in thousands of people, like in the old days when they had walls or you have borders. What do you call it if it's not an invasion, right? I mean, because they're coming to our border, they're hopping our fences, they're breaking them. If there was a wall, they'd hop and burn down the wall, whatever they had to get in here. Just like in the movies when you see these people attacking castles or whatever. And if you don't want them there and they're not allowed to legally be there, they're invading. Because I mean, they're gonna steal your stuff, they're gonna pillage. It's just a different style because it's a modern time, right? So they're gonna steal your jobs, which means you have no money. They're going to not pay into taxes, which means Social Security goes broke, right? I mean, I'm just saying. So they're also going to vote for the left because they think we're racist because they're not very bright, a lot of them, unfortunately, and they get used by the left. And that's why they want them to come in, because they're not able to convince everyone like they used to be, because people are becoming alert, at least somewhat, to their fake news and what they're doing.
Well, you got to look at what they're the whole caravan itself and the whole purpose of it. It's not like these Guatemalans got together and said, hey, you know what, if we go in a big group, we'll be able to make it across the border, so let's gather porta potties along the way, let's gather food, drinks, clothes, all this kind of stuff. No, there is an open border society that has organized it. They estimated in the millions of dollars that it took to get all these people organized. And it's the same society that is taking Muslims and bringing them into the European countries.
It's the globalists, it's the Muslims, it's the socialists, the communists, the enemies of the United States, it's the United Nations. It's Central American, and what's that group name from the reporter that he mentioned? Los something, I can't remember off the top of my head.
Los Pueblos. Yes. It's basically people for open borders. Is
exactly.
What it
That's
translates
exactly what it translates to. That's right. And so these are the groups that are behind this. We know that it costs tons of money to make that trek across multiple countries. It costs, get this food, this water, this tents they get, and so on, and babies, diapers, you name it, man, baby food. I'm just saying, and I think we're all in agreement. It's definitely being funded, and it's not being funded by the right. So where does that leave us?
Well, I mean, it's being funded by Soros and the UN. I mean, we've seen the evidence in the UN prepaid cards that these immigrants have. And let's just take it on back to 1992 when Agenda for the 21st Century was signed by 179 nations under the UN. So if you know anything about Agenda 21, you know that it is the ultimate plan in order to control all air, all land, all sea, all information, all manufacturing, all information, all humans, animals, everything.
Yep.
Well, and then part of that Agenda 21 that you talk about, there's other agendas added at Agenda 31 and stuff like that. But basically, their whole concept and their whole the elites are manipulating, like Soros is manipulating the UN, is manipulating like the Muslim Brotherhood and stuff like that, because the way they look at it, the 1% of the top, or the richest people of the globe are all people from the West, Western cultures, the European Union, the European countries, our countries, and we use 80% of the resources. So the 1% uses 80% of the resources, and we're sucking that stuff up quickly. And if they don't do something, all of that stuff's going to be gone. So they want control of that. They want to depopulate, and
they certainly do want to do that. That's what homosexuality is being pushed so hard for too, and people don't realize that as well. That's part of it.
Exactly. Yeah, because
agenda, baby.
You can't reproduce if you're just homosexual. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all check this out. Okay, to ease your mind, they now have 4,000 troops in your state. Just on the border alone, they got 5,000 in New Mexico.
4,000 troops where?
Well, which one?
Arizona, California. Arizona.
Which one?
Arizona.
Which one though? Because
there's only one Arizona.
You got Sarah Vista. You got.
I'm reading it.
Huh?
I don't know which one. I'm reading it.
Well, they ain't over there
right now.
Well, they still getting in here.
Well, I mean, we have so many things really to worry about right now because of the fact that our focus is all on the southern border.
Listen to them. They got.
I mean, honestly, what about our northern border? While we're looking at the southern border, what about our northern border? And not only that, but let's keep in mind that for years, the United States government has been taking foreign soldiers into this country and training them. And we have people here right now. I mean, and you have to know that they're from different places. Not everybody here that we are doing this for is for the betterment of the United States of America. Not to mention all of the sleeper cells that we have. Let's not forget just here recently when Donald Trump was talking about backing out of the Iran deal, they warned, basically watch yourself because we have sleeper cells all over the West and we will activate them. So, and I know where I am, I'm in Roanoke, Virginia. And we have quite a bit of that all around us. I mean,
and you can easily long gone.
You can easily look it up and see where these places are. And
even the mainstream media has covered that at some point about the sleeper cells. Absolutely. And you're right about the northern border, because the liberalism of Canada and the stupidity that goes along with the left, no matter which country it's in, is what enables Islam to take over, because they're so welcoming and sympathetic towards the crazy ideology. They come in, they take over, and then they obviously want to come into the United States to wage jihad And because Canada's just opening them with welcome arms, they don't even have to really, but they do anyway because that's what they do. But you're right, the northern border is becoming a bigger problem for the first time in a long time.
Exactly. And we're in the middle of a soft civil war right now, for lack of a better words.
And like my
And
friend was telling me, right?
Cold
Like
War.
my friend was telling me, she
yeah,
was saying when Border Patrol brought the illegals in, they came through the backside where other people can't see them. When
But
they came into the hospital.
that's messed up because you think, like, why wouldn't they see them? Like, do other people know about that spot? How do only those newly hired Mexicans who are letting people in know about these secret spots where no one else will be patrolling?
This is what they were saying, cause she said when cause she knew they was illegal because these people when they came in they couldn't speak a speck of Spanish, they couldn't speak English at all, and Border Control had to, and they was Mexican too, and they had to translate.
Well, let me break it down for people who are watching this, right? If you had a bunch of people come to your house,
thing sounds like to me.
if you had a bunch of people who came to your house and you didn't want them there and they had no business being there, right? And then they suddenly said, well, I'm going to pitch a tent. I'm going to camp out here. And then all the American lefts, would they start to say, I mean, it's getting to that point where it's so ridiculous. They would say, oh, you have to let them in, right? Or you're heartless. And it's like, no, this is my house. This is my country. Same difference. And you're not allowed to be here. We didn't say you could come in. You're not legally, you don't have any right to be here. So it's the same thing. And think about how ridiculous that is, because that would never happen, right? But then it happens at our border and they're like, oh, women and children, even though it's all men, even though they tell you at their own mouths when they're interviewed that it's all about jobs, that they want to come here for jobs, which is kind of funny, right? Because the left
it's funny because the actors and actresses are saying, oh, they want asylum, like Cortez. She's like, oh, they want asylum. Let's, instead of 5,000 troops, let's send 5,000 caseworkers. But the thing is, none of them, majority of the people that come from the southern border for asylum don't qualify for asylum.
Right.
Yeah.
Just because we've got,
they're just saying that so they can find a way in because they know they have no chance, and that's the only chance that they think they have.
Right.
Yep.
And then one of the reporters found out a lot of them already have family here.
Okay. Can I?
And they're
That's
all
what I'm trying to tell you. So why the hell? This is what I'm saying.
Chrissy.
Why in the world is Border Patrol bringing them to our hospital down here when you got when they came from up there and because the border is up there in Yuma and Tucson.
Because they're trying to sneak them in because they're.
Thank you. So that's what my tell me about it. I said what? So she said, and like when she was saying, all of them couldn't speak English at all, and that the two Border Patrol it was a woman, it was a Mexican woman and a Mexican man had brought them in. And they lied on the chart saying that they was there for a car accident. But she said the scratches that they had on them, those was scratches from the wire. Because we got wires at our border. She said the cuts that they had on them was the cuts that come from those wires at our border. But they lied and said they were in car accidents.
Hey, Hope.
Yeah. And then
Okay.
And then the Border Patrol that brought them there, both of them was Mexican. Oh, no. And they had to translate, they had to translate to, the illegals. They had to translate to them. Okay. Hey, Hope, check this out. Let me sum this up for y'all, okay? I want everybody to pay attention. There ain't no white guys up here wanting no damn sense.
I'm trying to look at me. I'm like, Deborah, look at me.
You gotta dust it to have any fun, and nobody wants that.
I'm petty right now.
Let me tell y'all, did out that little black girl today? She walked by the aisle and looked at me, and she was staring so hard she tried to look away. She looked. Her eyes got so fixated on me, she ran into some dude pushing a basket. Okay? That's attraction. So I get up to that printer you see behind me, that printer right there. Now this chick is like 6'6".
This nigga. Look. Hey y'all.
Okay.
What does this have to do with this?
She's gonna get on here.
I'm getting to it. I'm getting to the mainstay. You gotta hear me out. So I get up there to check out, and the bitch is in front of me in line. So I put my basket behind her, and I went over, and I could smell her. And I said,
What'd she smell like, Bob? Bob, what'd she smell like?
Smelled like peaches. She took a bath in peaches or something. She smelled great.
Oh,
anyway, so I told her, I said, damn, you smell good, because I'm an idiot. You know, I should have told her, damn, you're a sexy fox. Son of a bitch. What I should have told her. But,
okay, and
I
this
just told her she smelled good.
I don't understand.
I'm getting to it. So anyway, so here you have a beautiful, sexy ass black chick who I just, if she came home with me, I wouldn't even be on here live feed, okay? That's all there is to it. I'll be working my way to a freaking heart attack. Now, what this got to do with what you're talking about is they're trying to immigrate these women up here from Central America who ain't had a bath in probably 3 months, and you got to dust the cobwebs off. Well, you ain't got to worry about no cobwebs because they've been raped 30 times, but you got to worry about the dirty filth.
Jesus. Somebody.
Okay, let me put
Stop it, Bob.
like this. You guy comes up here, you want to marry the son of a bitch? Now, we're on the subject, got beautiful hair, and Mo's got them dreadlocks.
Okay.
Oh, you're single only because you got dreadlocks. If you get a good, like, hope you did, you'd be married to some millionaire chick right now. You'd be rich.
Oh, boy.
Probably stop doing videos.
Mm-hmm.
Who the hell?
The entertainment.
Show me an American man, white, black, or Hispanic, that's a clean fella that wants to marry some, I want to use the B word, from Central America.
What's a B?
Oh, my God.
Just say
Sounds like
No.
beach.
bitch. Just say bitch.
I'll tell you, I live in Florida.
Hispanic women in America, right here where I live, that are clean.
I live in Florida.
There's clean women down here.
Looking at
Cut it out, you two.
Women here.
Oh no, not y'all.
So if let me give an example. Hope's a clean woman. When I talk to her, we've had video chats. She's a good-looking woman. She's clean. Now, I talked to a woman from South Sudan.
Bob. You gotta have them be clean.
Might not have had a bath in a week or 2 weeks. And her only bath she might have been down by the
no dirty one.
What is going on, man?
Now, who am I going to have sex with and want to have kids with and be attracted to?
Lord.
The sexy mama Hope? Or this ugly ass?
You don't say Bob need a black woman in his life to straighten his ass up.
Build the damn wall because them women are.
Yeah, build a damn wall.
Hey, I need a white woman in my life. Hey, white woman, where you at?
I just need a woman in my life.
Hope is available, y'all. Any white?
There you go. Most available.
I'm an easy dude.
Hell yeah. I'm available. I'll show you. I got a tattoo right there. I got a tattoo right there. I thought I didn't have no tattoo. I got that there, baby.
Where the white women at? Any white women? Come to my inbox.
No white woman in my house.
More crazy.
I'm an easy dude. It don't take much.
It's Hope's turn. Billy.
Stop it, Bob.
Stop it.
Bob, create a new trademark.
Bob, seriously, we gotta get together and make an intro for your channel.
I keep getting sick.
Or maybe at the end we'll put it. Stop it, Bob. Right at the end of your video.
Hey, they call me Santa Claus Bob because I always deliver.
Yes, stop it, Bob. Don't stop it, Bob. Nick. I mean, Cracker, you
deliver. You're gonna be delivering.
Hey, look at
Mo. If you come down here in my sleep in my house, I'm cutting them damn dreadlocks off of your head.
Hey, I have a quick question.
Nigga, I said this dude come out of nowhere with that crazy stuff. Stop it, Bob. You gotta cut the dreadlocks.
And he's gonna have some pretty hair.
Hey, I got a question, y'all.
Yo,
you see that logo there that's replaced my video picture? The picture of the cross and the Patriot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay. I just like getting feedback. That's all. That was my question.
Yeah, that's not bad. I could do you one better, but that's not bad.
Hey, Christian,
Did you draw that?
Email. Holler me. Call me. Let's talk.
Chrissy.
No, there was 2 different images I put together.
Chrissy.
Oh, okay.
I'm the best.
Those are mine.
Get with me and I'll make you a logo, all right? I made a logo for that damn gay dude out there that ran in North Carolina for state level senator. Peter Boykin.
Damn queer.
Gays for Trump. Gays for Trump they got. I'm the guy that drew it in 2016.
Hope, were you trying to say something to me?
Yeah,
no, I'm not gay. I'm straight. I've never been gay. You take gay.
You gonna give me flag. You gonna give me flag. Don't give me flag. You're drunk.
Hey, if it wasn't not for my group of conservatives, Trump would have never gone after the gay vote.
Bob, you're muted.
Don't give me flag, Bob. Look.
All right, I catch a hint. Hey, I'm being honest. Ask Peter Boykin. He'll.
Don't give me flag.
Chris, you're funny.
Bob, please. I'm not gonna give a flag. I need to go live.
Bob called me gay earlier.
Bob called everybody gay.
I know. I was like, who didn't he call gay?
Stop it, Bob.
Yeah.
Look at Bob got talking. He don't care like he's chilling talking right there. That's Bob right there for you. You got talking.
Look, Mo. If these folks is gay, that's their business, right?
It is not their business. It's God's business, and they're forcing it on society.
But no.
Yeah, don't force it on society. That's right.
Don't give me flag, man. Don't give me flag. I'm gonna get flag.
If somebody want them alone, I love gay women. They're sexy, especially if I get to get.
It's all fun and games. No pun intended. Until they're sitting there and they're infiltrating your home with it, or teaching your kids in school that they should cross-dress. I mean, come on, man. We know they hate Christianity. They claim to be tolerant. Homosexuality, man.
They don't hate Christianity.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, yes, they do.
Homosexuals
hate Christianity.
They sure do.
All right, I'm gonna leave it alone.
That's why I like straight up sexy.
See, as a Christian, that's the thing. People get mad on the quote unquote conservative right when you talk against homosexuality, and they're like, can't you just leave them alone, to each their own? I'm like, no, I can't, because as a Christian, it's my duty to talk about right and wrong, even if it's me doing it wrong or if it's them doing it wrong. Whoever's doing it wrong, so I can't just stop, and I don't think that God wants me to. I'm supposed to tell the truth. It doesn't mean I hate them again.
Why you got in the Bible? It's not because it's just simply a bad thing to do. It's a sin, just like any other sin. The Bible tells you because then people will be in the future led astray by Satan through deception because they're easily deceived. The gay man was false Protestant.
You're cutting out again, Bob.
But if you read it carefully, by plain and simple, that gay people are easy to follow Satan, and the gay women under them will be made to follow Satan under the leadership of the gay men.
Okay.
That's happening.
New Bob, real quick.
Oh shit.
Well, the other thing is too is that
Chrissy, Manuna, real quick. Thank
you.
I appreciate you. Please, no, keep Put the menu on him.
I go ahead and say,
Bob,
I said what I
I
gotta
would get
say.
flagged for this.
No, I'm listening. I want to hear Steve.
Bob, I'll get flagged for this.
Bob, you got
There
muted.
Bye. I have to, dude. You're gonna get me flagged, dude. All right, who's next?
No, you will not get flagged.
Did you
promise
sense it, Bob?
Yeah, I have to do it. You can get flagged.
Why you get flagged?
I will get flagged for certain words.
For what? For telling the truth?
No.
You don't say. You don't say. On YouTube? No.
They get you on there.
Oh, I know they do.
I don't think I noticed them.
Dude, the reason I got fired from my job is because I spoke out against homosexuality in
Islam.
Islam.
What I said, Mo.
There you go. Hey, Hope, you seen me get flagged before? Hope, have you seen me get flagged before?
Yes.
Channel down. I have to do that sometimes. Like, let's be mindful sometimes.
That's the thing, though. Isn't that a perfect example of how bad things are getting? That just to stay alive, you have to betray yourself and be quiet about the stuff that you're supposed to speak up against. That's what progresses their agenda, though, right?
Well, even more than that, though, it is a direct violation of our First Amendment rights. So.
It is, but sometimes they gotta play a fucking game sometimes.
What are you drinking, Mo? What's in the cup?
Coffee.
You know what you should make? You should make Mo cups.
It is. It's
it is a Mo cup.
It is a Mo cup. Look.
I made
with Mo. You dig? Look.
Mo was at my house.
Mo with Mo. There you go.
Mo with Mo right here. You dig?
You guys are ahead of the game. Now you got to sell them. You selling them?
Yeah.
Yep.
Chrissy.
I'd buy one of those if I ever get money someday.
Hey, thanks, Chrissy. Mwah.
Mo with Mo.
Oh, Mo.
That's why I said that's funny because I always say to you,
stop it, Bob. Bob.
I always say, you people had enough. Give me some Mo.
Bob, if you don't stop it, I don't have to kick you off. I hate to do it, but I have to do it.
He keeps muting.
No, don't kick Bob off. Don't do that.
Wait, Bob's muted. How is he doing something wrong? What's he doing?
He's muting me.
For real? What the hell's going on? Yeah.
He's muting other people?
Let's be good, everybody.
How do you even do that?
You click on, I don't want to say online. I'll tell you later.
Tell me.
You got to click it.
I don't want people to know.
Hey, I'm going to get flagged, y'all.
How rude.
I'll tell you later, Steve. No, but Steve, I've been meaning to email you back. Yeah, we can work.
I'll tell you.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, hey. So we can work on something because I want to get, because the way I'm doing it now.
I'm fucking bad.
Hey, Hope, do you know?
You better mute Hope. She said the F word.
Hey, Hope, you know, Bertie just got a flag for 90 days going live. She could go live for 90 days. She got flagged for hate speech.
Who?
See, that is that's angry.
I stay getting flagged. I stay getting flagged and whatnot.
Yeah. No, you were targeted on Facebook. They own your asshole. They like this.
And on Twitter, remember I got it.
They get me for made up hate speech all the time.
I have never been in Twitter jail.
I had Laura Loomer off of Twitter.
My first post on Twitter, I got warned. My first post.
I feel left out. I never flag on Twitter.
I got in Twitter jail.
They sent me some message all the time saying that I'm spam and I have to give them my phone number and my life story and
God.
Oh, yeah, actually, that
might call my spam.
Everybody.
Yeah. Well, I bet you they do it to everybody who's conservative.
Yeah.
You know,
no, they don't mess with me unless I talk too much about the gay issue.
There he goes again.
No, that's why I know what to say and what not to say, Mo.
You?
They got you like 4 times.
Hey, you know what though? That's how they condition you, Bob. Did you hear what you just said?
Let me tell you.
You know what to say and what not to say. You hear that?
You cannot say the word gay and talk about them people in the world.
He's going to go saying all the things that will get you banned, Mo.
You can't put a blanket statement on them.
You can't say X, Y, Z.
You can't say that you want to kill them or those kind of things where they should all die.
I'm gonna do them.
As long as you don't say those kind of things, you're okay.
Oh,
And
no,
I don't
no.
believe that anyway. I love
I
gay
don't believe
people.
that either. But I
And
also think they're going to burn in hell if they don't change from their wicked ways.
Yeah.
It's possible. That's not our judgment. Gay people will be in heaven too.
No, they will not. Absolutely not. What are you talking about, man? The Bible specific verse talks about that homosexuals, adulterers, and drunkards will not inherit the kingdom of heaven. That's what the Bible says.
Ooh, look at
Come
that.
on, man.
Look at that beautiful woman.
All right,
yeah, she got a pretty smile, pretty eyes. Oh,
Mo,
damn, I'm
how
gonna go
dare
visit you.
You're gonna give me flagged.
All right.
Dude.
All right, let's switch topics. We've talked about this. We know where we all stand, but the censorship is out of control.
Switch topics. Let's talk about Mo visiting Hope.
I got all of my videos now. I can't go live. That's my super chat. I can get money for this stuff.
Hey, real quick, everybody on here, give yourself a shout out.
All my crap, and then move up back out there to Arizona.
All right, I'm maneuvering everybody. 1 minute apiece, everybody. All right, look, everybody, 1 minute apiece. I'm gonna maneuver everybody. I'm sorry, I know you ain't sad none of your earth, but you get maneuvered too. All right, Hope. I'm maneuvering you too just for a second. I'm doing it for a reason. No, I got maneuvered you. You already know. But anyway, let's go one at a time. All right, American, you got 1 minute. I'm gonna your mic and talk.
Okay.
Who? What?
American Patriots Forgotten Country?
Oh.
Right? All right, so
1 minute you got.
Yeah. I was saying that everyone should do a shout out to their own station or YouTube channel, whatever you got, website. So I'm going to start it off. American Patriots Forgotten Country. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on Twitter. You can find us on Facebook. And we got American Patriots apparel coming out soon. You know, I want to thank Mo, as usual, for having me on. This has been a delightful way to spend my night. And I'd probably just be watching Netflix films that I get pissed at because they all have liberal propaganda in it. But so that's it. That's my minute.
All right, Bob. I'm gonna your mic and say something for 1 minute.
Stop it, Bob.
Come on, Bob. 1 minute.
I'm supposed to say something.
1 minute.
1 minute.
1 minute.
I'm muting myself.
I was texting Hope because she's so beautiful. Anyway, my point is this.
I'll give you 3 minutes.
Stay American, be an American, and love women, and stop all the damn racism and hate, and just love God and love your fellow man, and everybody be happy.
Amen.
If you don't do that,
Amen.
We're gonna get your ass fired from your job.
Okay, honestly, I'm giving you 3 minutes. Since you ain't been on here, like, I'm giving everybody a fair chance. 3 minutes for you.
3 minutos, amigo. Vámonos.
Come on, honesty. 3 minutes for you.
All right. So can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. So I am at the DA Honesty Policy on Twitter and Periscope. I'm actually at the Honesty Policy here on YouTube too, but I haven't done any real YouTube broadcasting. I'm a Periscope broadcaster, so
yeah, that's you.
But I do want to start simulcasting in the future. But I'm a political commentator for the most part. I have a couple of shows that, you know, aren't politically inclined.
It's all good.
Yeah. So that's kind of how I came across Mo. He's awesome. I actually used a few months ago on my show, I used one of his walk away videos. It was pretty touching. Yes. And well, you were on there tonight too.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
It was good. It was all good. But anyway, he has some I like Mo's passion. I think that's what people see in
I
him.
love your passion.
You're sweet. And Mo, I have a show tomorrow night. I'd like you to come on if you are available.
At what time? At what time you like me to come on? Let me know because I get off at 5 my time. I'll let me.
Are you East Coast?
I'm Midwest.
You're Midwest, so it's like what, a little going on 1 year time.
Yep.
Okay. So I go on at 8 p.m. Eastern, but I would like for you to come on at 9. So I guess that would be 8 your
time. All right, hit me up, girl. Hit me up, girl.
All right. Okay. So that's it. That's me. I'm just America first. Good. I love Donald Trump, but
you better be America first.
That's right. But he's not perfect, and it doesn't matter if you don't like him, because whether you like the president or not, there's plenty of things that I think that we can all agree on, and that's where we need to start coming together at.
Mm-hmm.
Come together.
It's about Americans. It's not about Democrat or Republican. That's it.
All right, Hope, we got you coming up next. I'll think about Chrissy coming in, but dang it. I want you. You know what? Hope you coming up next. Bring it, Hope.
All right. Well, everybody know who I am.
You did.
My YouTube page is Hope Coleman, and my Facebook page is also Hope Coleman, and I have a public figure page. It's called Keeping It Real.
You did.
And a lot of people, y'all already know where I stand as far as
I already know
with the president and with this country. I am an acting activist here, a strong activist here in Arizona. All the left know exactly who I am.
Give it to them.
Black Lives Matter. They all know who I am, and they all know that I'm not the one that they can challenge, because I smack them down with facts every time.
You do.
And I mean, bottom line is, and of course, besides being an activist, I'm very affiliated with the Republican Party. And
Hope is my favorite activist. I'll let me know.
Yeah, I'm very affiliated with the Republican Party.
I got her confused
and stuff, right? And I also, main thing I stand for. Everybody know what I stand for. I stand for our Constitution.
Yep.
I stand strong for our Constitution. Because our Constitution is our freedom.
Word up.
Start messing with the Constitution, that's taking away my freedom. The Constitution is designed to protect us as Americans.
Amen.
If they start messing with our Constitution, that's chipping away our freedom.
Yep.
And that's what I try to explain to people. So I stand strong for our Constitution. I stand strong for our country, and I stand strong for Trump. You know that. I stand strong for our president. And what bothers me the most is that the same people that voted for Trump voted for Obama. Yes, people didn't like Obama back then, but he didn't receive this much disrespect. You didn't have people sitting around saying F Obama, Obama not my president, and making songs saying F Obama.
Yes.
Amen.
But they disrespecting Trump.
And he was black.
Making piñatas, making blow-up dolls to kick and hit and
chopping off his head like that.
Making T-shirts saying F Donald Trump and he ain't my president.
We supported Obama.
Wow,
are you serious? I said nobody deserved that much disrespect.
Well, I didn't support him sucking dick, but
Stop it. Hey.
And that's what I stand up against. I stand up against them, and I stand up against the lies. You got to stand up against the lies.
We love you, Hope.
Huh?
We love you, Hope.
Yeah.
Stand up for them. Stand up against the lies.
I'm a Hope fan.
And all these daggone illegals coming over here, you know, for this country to be such a racist country,
Exactly.
it's funny as hell that
I'm a
everybody
Hope
running
fan.
their asses over here. So you
Right.
say that our country is racist, but yet you running over here.
Oh,
So you
Hope,
run
you
over here
single?
to get oppressed?
I hope you single.
I'm just saying. They say,
No, you're right.
oh, America is
No, you
racist.
single, so
Oh,
stop
America's only for the white folks. Well, if America's racist and for the white folks, then why are you trying to invade our country?
Yep.
Why are you running over here?
They want to come with a racist star because they're so
What
They want to be slaves.
And like I tell a lot of black folks, if you feel American only for white folks, then get your ass over there to where the country that you feel that's only for blacks. Since you want to claim America, since you want to claim Africa so much, take your ass back to Africa.
But we're so great. We're so great when they want to come across the border, though. You know, that's where the problem is. And then once they get over here, they want to fly their flags and burn ours.
What the hell is that?
This is why I fuck with Hope.
So much.
I have a problem with that.
She is my Hope.
And then on top of it, I had a Mexican look at me all crazy.
Hey, next year, Mo, that's going to be my Hope.
Waving my flag.
Hope is my nigga.
So how about, oh, you black. I said, what the hell that got to do with anything? This is my country. I'm going to wave my flag.
This is the Hope I've been waiting for. Hold on, Bob. This is the Hope I've been waiting for. Come on, Hope. Bring it.
I mean, the way
on your mind.
The way I feel about it, I think that all flags, all United States of America flags, I don't care what no other country does, I think all of our flags should be deemed government property. And if you destroy that property, you're destroying government property, and the consequences will be as such.
It ought to be the death penalty to burn American flag.
Well, there is rules against that already. It is a crime.
The burning of the flag, the kneeling to the flag. I stood up against all of that. Because a lot of the Black Lives Matters and Antifas and all them, Antifa was burning our flag, and Black Lives Matter was kneeling to the national anthem and to our flag, and I stood up against both of them. Both of them. And
Me too.
Like this is my
if I haven't seen anyone doing that, man. Oh.
Respect my country, respect my country, respect my president. You can't do it, then get the hell out of here. That's how I feel about it.
Bye, Felicia.
I do not feel that America should take their tradition. That's another thing that I have an issue with. Everybody want to bring their shithole country traditions over here. And my thing is, if you want your tradition, take your ass back to where you come from. If you want to respect American tradition.
America. Boom.
Amen.
As far as assimilating, I am sick of every time I turn around. We're being forced to learn another language. I'm not saying there's something wrong with learning it.
Press 1 for English and 2 for Spanish.
I know, right?
I should not have to learn another language in my own country.
That's right.
They need to assimilate.
Yeah, in Florida. I know in Florida.
In Florida, where I'm at.
Yeah, for years.
Bilingual everything.
For years that you've had to be able to know Spanish in certain jobs in order to even get a job. That's just ridiculous.
Like here in America.
Whoa.
Like
wait a minute, Steve. You know Tommy Hodges?
They need to be fluent
What's up?
in English. They need to be fluent in English.
Yeah.
If they can't speak English, then they need to go back and learn and then try again.
Come on,
I agree with Steve. Do you know Tommy Hodges?
I do know Tommy. I've met him. I was at Mother of All Rallies. I spoke at Mother of All Rallies, the first one. You can see my speech on YouTube, too.
Oh, I didn't catch you on that one because if you spoke at the Mother of all rallies, I didn't look up because only fake patriots spoke at more rallies. But you might be one of the exceptions.
Wait, what was that, Bob?
Stop it, Bob. You see his hope. Stop it, Bob.
Like Doug Ducote. Doug Ducote, I read now his information for 20 years. Yeah, you know what? He never did one thing to help veterans, and he spoke at more rally too.
Dude, you keep cutting out
Bob with him. Believe me, but he's damn globalist. Through sunlight and all these damn Muslims and crap.
You got love.
He needs to break away from.
Bob, wait, what are you saying?
Bob, you need a.
Did he tell you that I predicted exactly how many?
Bob.
Exactly how many people would be at rally.
Bob, you gotta upgrade the high speed, dude.
Bob.
Hey, Bob is good. I love Bob. Nigga. Bob, you in my circle.
Bob, will you please tell me you weren't saying Tommy Hodges is in on the globalist stuff too?
Oh my gracious. It's in the works. It's in the works. Yeah, I'm gonna be upgraded real soon.
All right, but what were you saying about Tommy? Well, all right. My bad. Didn't want to interrupt you, Peter.
No.
Hey, thank you, Chrissy. Thank you, Chrissy.
For I didn't mute him.
Oh, I thought you muted him. I thought you saw some stuff. All right, Shimmy.
Driving.
Cause Chrissy, my maneuver.
I love Chrissy. She's beautiful. But look, Tommy is a sucker for anybody who. Not Chrissy. My bad. Tommy is a sucker for anybody who says I can send people to your rally. Let me give you an example. Rob DeHaven. He is the guy.
No, I know what you're saying. All right, Bob. Hold on a sec. Bob, I actually did not go to the Mother of all rallies.
Okay, 30 to Liberty Rush.
Chris,
so Rob actually believed them, and they came after me to set me up with Feld. They tried to help me.
Bob, we can't even hear what you're saying. Can you hear us, Bob? You're cutting it out.
They set me up on a felony charge, and they. Okay, I won him over. He's now right wing conservative.
Chrissy, if you don't shut up, cricket came on.
I think he can.
All right, Bob, if you can hear us now, we can't hear what you're saying because you keep going in and out. But I think what you were saying about Tommy and the Mother of all rallies is that he's just trying to get people to his rally. Naturally, I'm not surprised considering if you start a rally and it's a national thing and you've gotten big and you got media coverage, you're going to want more people to go there. However, I will say this. I will say that
Tommy
I am disappointed. What?
Tommy don't care about that plane stuff.
No, but the thing about Tommy's different than the people organizing that. I was asked to make promotional videos for Mother of all rallies last year's. Okay, and I was going to speak again. But the people that I was making the videos for, I had no job and I was doing it for free, which was fine. But then they kept having me redo the video, and they were getting too politically correct, and I was kind of reprimanding them, saying like, "No, it don't sound like we're supposed to be the conservatives, and you don't want to put Second Amendment stuff in here, for example."
No, that don't sound like Tommy.
Now I stand up.
It's not Tommy. It's the people that were doing the stuff for him.
If you do my video, I'll pay you. Fuck them motherfuckers.
No, Tommy's a real dude.
Actually, I'm gonna get Hope to do my video.
No. But y'all got to switch on Tommy.
I like Tommy, but I didn't like the political correct nature of some of the people that were trying to promote the event and be too PC.
If I thought some stuff that I don't like, I would tell Tommy with my own mouth. Tommy don't real with him.
No, I know Tommy. I mean, I don't know him personally. I've met him once in person. That's it. But I'm friends with him on Facebook.
He's a good guy. He don't give a care. I called him right now.
I love to. You know I love.
Get Tommy on here, Mo.
Hey, Hope. if I went to the Moore rally next year, would you go with me and we both speak at the same time?
Stop it, Bob.
You're gonna talk like literally at the same time, though, right?
No, I mean, I'm going to speak and she's going to be there to back me up and vice versa. So, because Tommy invited me to the Moore rally, I'm his #1 enemy, by the way, because I went after him like crazy.
Everybody's enemy, Bob.
I'm the guy from the fake Build Wall Street.
People's man. I love Tommy. Tommy and
Tommy's a good dude, actually.
Tommy is a good dude.
Don't let that piss off.
He swears a lot, but he knows his stuff. He's a good dude. He's a patriot.
Okay, so if I show up and speak at the Moore rally, is Hope going to be willing to get on stage with me and be my backup?
Hope will love.
I guess I'll be getting on a few times, huh?
I'm just saying.
Stop it, Bob. Bob,
I'll be up front. I'll be 50.
No, it's 50-50 right now. I'm thinking about not going to 2019, but
who's sleep?
Going in 2020
It's not me.
to help Trump get ready.
Nice snoring.
Okay, American
Patriot.
I can't argue with that, Mo.
You can't, huh?
Mo.
Can you defend yourself when you're drunk?
I'm trying to figure out the guy's name in the red cap, the Make America Great Again cap.
My name's Steve.
Okay. I tried to click on your thing. I followed Hope and Chrissy. I was trying to click on your thing, but I don't see a profile.
If did you see me? I just typed in the chat recently.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So if you go to where I typed and then you click to the right where those 3 little dots are,
okay.
Then you can click go to channel, and then you'd be able to subscribe that way.
Okay, cool, gotcha.
Yep.
Me and Chrissy, we go way back on Twitter.
I'll subscribe to you afterwards too. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. I've got to ditch out, but I wanted to thank you, Mo, for allowing me to come on and chill with you guys.
Yeah, I gotta bounce too, people.
No,
all righty. It's good to meet both of y'all.
All right.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah, same here.
I just followed you on YouTube too, Hope.
All I can say is you Patriots are beautiful.
Aw, thanks, Bob.
Even the guy in the red cap.
Was you ending the show, or you staying on a little longer?
What about my minute?
I'll leave you with this.
Y'all got a minute except for me.
I'm not leaving the show. Look, the show can't leave until I end it. Y'all keep talking.
Word.
Oh boy.
Somebody requested Please Me Top, so.
Hey, y'all let Steve.
There you go.
All right, can't go over 30 seconds, Bob says. Peace out, fellas.
All right.
Peace out, my brother.
Have a good night, y'all.
So who is all left?
Well, I'm still here.
All right. Hey, I finna start a video. Hey, Hope, I'm gonna holler at you in a little bit.
All right.
That was heated. What's up, Hope? I'm hollering at Hope right now. I'm not waiting for a little bit.
No, I'm going. I gotta go to bed tomorrow. I gotta talk to Hope. Hey, Christian, I'm gonna hit you up tomorrow. Okay.
Okay. All right.
All right. God bless. Hey, y'all take care. Hey, man.
Right.
God bless.
All right.
Bye.
Holla. Hey.